Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
And we back. What up? What up? Appreciate y'all. If you already in here tapping in the Morning Mac Show. This is definitely Turn Up Tuesdays. My girl Riri, she'll pop in a little later. My boy Trey, think he had to work, but he might pop in as well. But if you're in here, please like, please share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. That's all we ask. We're gonna have some good conversation today. I got some special guests that gonna pop in. I'm gonna get them time they ain't never been on the StreamYard, so they already calling. I can't get in. They're saying this and that, so I can't help them. You'll figure it out. It's a little common sense, but I'm live. If I was in the background like usual, I can come on and I can help, but I can't do it right now. I gotta stay attended. We'll talk a little bit about what's been going on in this world. I want to talk about how they be talking about viruses today, like how the measles used to be back in the day. I just remember how they used to talk about it, and now how they act when you come across things about the same. Now they act like it's the last time you're gonna be able to live and breathe on Earth. I'm gonna show y'all the difference. A lot of people don't recall it because as time go on, like they got a show on here like from the 1960s, might be the Brady Bunch or something, but it's like 1969, and basically they compare how they was actually responding to the measles back then, and then they fast forward to another clip. I think SVU, Law and Order, on how they was acting like it was years later. Shit funny though, because that's how it is with us in the real world. I remember back then, like you get a cold, shoot, kids had chicken pox, all types of things. Like it wasn't the end of the world. It was most times okay, you're gonna be down for a little bit, but it'd go away, and you felt like it'd go away. But now people get sick, man. You never know. You might go in there for one little thing, you in there for a long time now, and things get worse. What's up, Thunder? Overpower Mortal. Damn, Halo. That's a tough name right there. I see you watching on YouTube. You watching, please subscribe. I gotta send the link out there, everybody. I forget I gotta do everything today, which is cool. It ain't really a biggie. It's just easier. When I'm in the back, I can go ahead and send it out. But I'm gonna do it on both laptops. So my boy Wu can get up in here. Because I don't want to get the conversation going, but I want y'all at least put in the comments, what do y'all remember about the measles? Like what do y'all remember about the flu? Like was people actually dying from these things back in the day? Or was it something that you can get a vaccine shot and you be good later? Which is cool. It ain't really a biggie. It's something. Let me pause that. That's all I want to know. Because when I share these clips, I'm gonna show y'all how people respond to things now than they was back in the day, and it just don't make sense to me. I just be wondering why we act like it's the end of the world. What up, Ron the Don? Funny man probably popped in. I don't know. Slicky Woo. What up, Big Sis? Kenzie. John Bivens. What else we got in here? I'm gonna give y'all more time to get in here because I gotta share the link. So before I share the video, I don't wanna have to keep playing it back to back. I'm gonna get a few of y'all in here so we can get started. Just share it out. What up, JB? Look, you say your grandmother always have a remedy. That's what I'm saying. What happened in them days? I think everybody in their household had a family doctor. Like I really think that was a thing. Like everybody in the family had a auntie, a cousin, probably the women in the family that knew how to deal with a lot of these things. I heard of old rituals before. Like people putting onions and shit on the counter. I used to think that was some weird shit to do. But as you get older, you start to know that it's some things that we just got away from. It seems weird today because that's something we got away from. But I'm gonna share this clip, JB. Send out to as many people as you can too as well. I'm trying to get as many people in as possible. I ain't been able to send a link out to everybody just yet. But I want you to check out this measles clip, man. This shit is funny. It's from a TV show from back in the day, and they compared to the TV show from today's time, like SVU or something. But just watch how they react to these things. I think this how we've been reacting when it came to, the vid, because they gave it a new name. The flu was a little but when it came to this next thing, it was crazy.
What are you doing home from school? They sent me home. Measles.
It's either measles or a strange case of red freckles.
You have got a temperature.
They told me 101.1. What's the record?
Never mind.
Oh, are you sure it's the measles?
Well, he certainly got all the symptoms. A slight temperature, a lot of dots, and a great big smile.
A great big smile.
No school for a few days.
Say hello to my dotted son for me. Tell him I'll bring him some comic books and I'll see you later, dear.
Okay, honey, bye.
Boy, this is the life, isn't it?
Yeah, if you have to get sick, you sure can't beat the measles.
That's right. No medicine.
Inside or out? Like shots, I mean.
Don't even mention shots. Yuck!
Measles, measles, measles. Well, all the kids have now had the measles.
So have I.
Well, I had them years ago. Looks like the Bradys are finished with the measles.
Hold it. You're not through yet.
Alice, don't tell me you're coming down with the measles.
Oh, I hope so. I'd hate to think I was just learning how to blush at my age.
Hi. Dad says I should go to school.
7 students confirmed with measles, 4 others possible.
How? They had to have been vaccinated.
These moms never vaccinated their kids and lied about it. Vaccines are harmful.
You are endangering the health of every child in this city.
Liv, Noah's turning blue.
Call 911.
All new SVU.
Peter, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in the back so when people pop in. But JB, you see the difference I'm talking about? You see how people responded? Even on the TV shows, they programmed this different. Back in the day, this girl, they had no medicine for the measles, you know, and they didn't trip about it. The kid was happy that he caught the measles because he ain't had to go to school. The parents ain't seem too worried. They couldn't wait till the rest of the kids catch it so they can be done with it. But as you see in the next clip, the measles, all this kid about to die, he on a ventilator and all this, like, what happened? It's still the measles. Only thing happened was different times. And they portraying it as it'd be something worse than what it is. So it's like we got to watch out from that. And they doing the same thing, I believe, with jab. Now they got everybody scared of the common cold. Then they switched it to a flu. And now they switched to something else. I'm like, what is they doing out here? I got the same symptoms. I always heard of it quack like a duck, walk like a duck, then the shit is a duck. So everybody else, they tell me where it got symptoms like a cold. So if it's got every symptom as a cold, then shit is a cold. Why y'all saying it's something that is not? You know, it's like, why treat it like a cold if it ain't a cold? I just want people to be aware of that, man. I just wanted y'all to see the difference too, man. This shit is crazy. And I think that's how people react when it came to, you know, I can't say the word. I'm trying not to say it, but when it came to that jab from preventing people from getting the V, I sent the link. He just text me, send him the link. But that's just the beginning, man. We're gonna go to some more clips, man. I'm happy you tapped into that JB, man, because that always bothered me. I'm just happy somebody made that clip. Shout out whoever clip that was. Because I'm just like, how was they responding to the measles and stuff back in the day? I didn't really know. And then when I seen that clip, it's like, damn, they was even promoting it on TV. Like, this is how you handle the measles. You know, the kids was excited. Boy, you got the jab, man. You 6 feet away, all this stuff. You can't hug. You can't be around family. If you have an older family member, question them. Both health remedies. Yeah, I mean, most of my older folks gone, you know, like my grandmother died when I was like 12, and that was the only grandparent I had, you know, but my mother just passed. My father like 70 something. I be asking him little things. He been on this remedy, but everything my father eat, he say it's good for something, and it's good for your eyes. You try this and it be some nasty shit, man. I was like, damn, I'm not eating that shit. I don't know what it is. I half time you know what it was, you know, but he'd make that soup or something, man. He'd say it's good for this, good for that. This will help your dick grow. And this, man, he say all types of stuff, man. We used to believe it and eat it, try our best to try to keep from spitting that shit out. But as you got older, you started to get used to some of the taste. What's up, LA? Hey, LA man, he just missed the clip. We was talking about the measles, how people used to catch the measles back in the day, and how they treat it to how they catch the measles or anything today. How they act like it's the last day on earth. Like these people's about to die. I might share it one more time before we get out of here though, cause the shit is funny to me. I was dying laughing. I'm like, it's no way that they was treating the measles like it was just a common cold back in the day, and now as time went on, they act like this the last day on earth. Shit just never makes sense. Got another one. I don't know if y'all know this lady. She known. We just talking about how some people, it ain't gotta just be women, just people in general, that they just don't take accountability, and people think it's just a culture thing. People like, nah, this in every culture. Like this just in every probably woman out here. There's a lot of other races, men out here the same way. But I want to play this clip. This shit had me weak. I hope you in here to watch your clip you sent through on accountability. It ain't much though. It's just her talking to an interviewer, and the interviewer, she basically talking about how her man. I'm gonna let y'all see it. I ain't gonna say it.
If you're married and you think you're happily married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit.
Damn.
And look at him, it's a piece of shit, and get out of it. Get out of that marriage. But I couldn't do that. Couldn't walk away.
Didn't you have an affair early on in the relationship, or when you were a stepbrother?
Yeah, but I don't think Andy ever knew about that.
He did say
what?
He did?
Yes, you would confess to him.
Oh.
He says he didn't stray from the marriage until you told him you had already strayed.
Oh, that's not true. I don't think.
You went first.
So what happened? You had an affair?
I had a very brief affair with a very attractive Irish man. And it was just nothing. There's nothing in terms of, it would never have broken up. I would never have broken up a marriage for it. There's nothing.
It's nothing.
Jesus
it's nothing.
Christ. Help us.
Yeah, that shit funny, man.
To my advice, if you're married and you think you're happily married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit.
He's the piece of shit.
And look at him, it's a piece of shit, and get out of it. Get out of that marriage.
Then you cheat first?
But I couldn't do that. Couldn't walk away.
Didn't you have an affair early on in the relationship, or when you were a stepbrother?
Yeah, but I don't think Andy ever knew about that.
He did say
what?
He did?
Yes, you would confess to him.
Oh.
He says he didn't stray from the marriage until you told him you had already strayed.
Oh, that's not true. I don't think.
You went first.
So what happened? You had an affair?
I had a very brief affair with a very attractive Irish man.
Very attractive.
And it was just nothing. There's nothing. In terms of, it would never have broken up, I would never have broken up a marriage for it. There's nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, what's good, man?
Help
It's your
us.
boy Chow Bout, aka Bout Got Jokes. And every morning, Monday through Friday, you can catch me tuned into the Morning Mac Show on Facebook Live with Althea McFarlane, Molly Robinson, and my guy Big Trey.
Marriage.
So if you ain't know, now you know. Play with it, but don't play with it.
Play with it. Tell him, child. Hey, this accountability 101. This motherfucking lady came on there and said, if you got a man or a husband, he cheat on you, leave his ass ASAP. So I was like, yeah, that's right. That's what you should do. And then they said, but then you cheat first? Oh, wait, well, he didn't know about that. He's like, yeah, he did. Well, that don't really count. Like, how the fuck do you mean that don't count? It was just a handsome, young, I forgot, Jewish or some type of dude, Irish guy. And I was just like, man, this everywhere. Like white, black, Chinese. But I just be one. I'm gonna look for all the races of women and see do any of them hold themselves accountable. I know some women out here that do, but it is weird that it's a lot of them that don't. And it don't matter the race. It's like this woman literally cheated on her husband and then said it didn't count because it was a young, handsome Irish guy. And she know for sure she wouldn't have left the marriage. Men, if you watching, we all know women get more attached than men. So she out there cheating on her husband. Most likely, she more attached to that man than if her husband was out cheating on her. Him being attached to the woman. That's just my opinion. I can be wrong. I just feel like women get more serious when they open their legs and have sex with somebody than a man. Most men, they can go out to the club, might meet somebody they vibe with, or they might get it in and never talk again. Might not even know her name. But women, nah, they gonna get to know you. You're gonna know her names. You're gonna know where you live at, where you work at. If you got kids, if you don't have kids and all that, then y'all have sex. Like, nah, it's a little more there. It's an old double standard having that. Damn, your grandmother 88? I was born in 88. And I still ask her for health information. Hey, pass it on, JB. Then I'm gonna be asking you. You know, don't keep all that information to yourself, man. Pass that information on. Let some brothers know. Because I'm with all the home remedies. I had a home remedy book. I just can't find it, but it was mostly for anything. Colds, fevers, anything. You can, and it teach you how to use natural herbs and stuff. Most shit that's just right in your cabinet. You know, so definitely share with me. Let's see what else we got in the arsenal. This shit has been crazy. And y'all, I know y'all been watching them protesters. This shit been too much for me. I don't really understand what's going on. That's why we ain't really been talking about it too much. I thought my girl Riri might talk about it, but I don't really know what's going on. Like, half of them holding up flags that other countries, but they fighting to stay in this country. That just shit just weird. I'm gonna share some clips of what people just talking about it. But I don't really know what they're going to say too much. Some of the audio been muted on some of the videos. Some of the videos been removed. But this shit is weird, y'all. We going straight. They been out here turned up. I don't know about this peaceful marching they've been talking about, because it might did start off peaceful. And these might be agents. A lot of people don't know that they hire a lot of people to come out here and stage things. Like, let's say we was out there walking peacefully. They would pay somebody out to come out there with us, like they part of the march, and start terrorizing shit and start an uproar. And that what it does, it started getting to other people, and they start wanting to do the shit as well. And like I said, I always could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts, because if you go online, you can see that they was hiring people to go out here to these spots. They ain't say what for, but the money they was paying was way too much just to go protest. I never seen people get paid just to go protest. But this shit been going on way too long. This shit is crazy that they got going on. Let me see.
Let me get this straight. You're protesting in America to be here illegally, and you're waving the flag that you're from, but you refuse to go back to the country that you're from. And not only that, you're taking the American flag, throwing it on the ground and stepping on it. Then why are you here? Let me get this straight. You're protesting in America to be here illegally, and you're waving the flag that you're from, but you refuse to go back to the country that you're from. And not only that, you're taking the American flag, throwing it on the ground and stepping on it. Then why are you here?
I don't know. I'm confused. I mean, they here because they want to be here. And I think they supposed to been protesting to stay here. They don't want to get deported. But that's what I assume. You know, so that's why I thought they was down there protesting. But I did been seeing a lot of people posting these videos. They holding up their country flag like they hate America. They terrorizing, busting windows, stores, and all type of shit. You'd have thought they done assassinated Martin Luther King again or Malcolm X. But this what's been going on. I want to know how y'all feel. I know a lot of people been okay with it. I'm not okay with it. When they say it's coming to DC, I'm happy ain't none of this go on, because the cops went a little overboard, but I still was with it. Y'all do any of this shit down here in the district, you will go to jail. So if you throw any bricks or anything at our officers, you will get shot. And we do not shoot the wound. I said these motherfuckers gangsters. Like they letting you know they gonna pop your ass if you come out here and keep throwing bricks at us. Police say they had enough. But I'm happy a lot of people I know, they ain't even go out there. JB, you in LA? I was just out LA a couple of years ago. When I come back out, man, we gotta link up. I got a lot of friends that live out there. Got a couple of companies and stuff out there, so and that's like second home. That Arizona, Scottsdale, Denver, Colorado, the few places that I go a lot like that. That's like second home. So it didn't count because she thought he didn't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. It seemed like she really thought he didn't know, and it's like he knew the whole time. He just was like, "Fuck it." But that's weird that she didn't know that he knew, or she didn't know that the interviewer knew that he knew. I don't know, but she was lying like shit. She was getting her ass caught up. Because I don't know what I said. Damn near every worker here is probably legal. Oh, for real? Say they working for pennies, but not harming anyone. Yeah, I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, if somebody got a card, a green card, like, yeah, they deserve to be over here. If they don't and they get caught, they deserve to go ass back home and do it the right way. You know, even if they don't have one, I don't mind them being over here. But if you get caught and they catch you, ICE catch you, I can't be like, oh shit, that was your gardener for 3 years, but this nigga been on the run and he been over here without papers. You know, it just like don't make sense because we gotta have paperwork to go to any other country. We gotta make sure our shit's straight. We can't just walk into other countries. You know, that shit just don't make sense. And that's why I'm gonna play this little joint. It's a dude, I think he's from Jamaica, and he was talking about it, or he's from Africa. I don't know what part of Africa, but he's from Africa, and he was talking about, you know, the whole little situation too. I just like to hear from other nationalities as well, because you know we just hearing it from each other. You know, you might get a couple of whites, couple of blacks. I want to hear from the Spanish community as well. It's a lot of them out here. They speaking on these things, and they feel way different than what a lot of people probably think. But I'm gonna play this clip. Give us y'all thoughts.
Seen such hate in a country like America, the way they hate only one man. Americans have been spoiled, and they think that the more they make noise, the more they get things done. To get things done calls for what? Pragmatic assessment on how you're going to get things done. Not this wasting of time and just protesting somebody who loves his country. In my life, I've never seen such hate in a country like America, the way they hate only one man. How is that possible? How can you hate one man just because he loves his country? What is this?
What up?
I travel all the way from Africa to come to this country legally to make sure the American dream is realized by me. My kids are born here, so I have
do you mind sharing your name?
My name is Faith.
Faith, spell that.
Yes, F-A-Y-Z.
F-A-Y-Z. Make sure you guys share this and tag people who need to hear this message and make sure this guy goes famous.
I've never seen such hate in a country like America, the way they hate only one man. Americans have been spoiled, and they think that the more they make money.
Been spoiled, and this white boy said he should get famous off this shit. I need to go out there and do some interviews then if this is the case. I mean, I guess because he's from Africa and he's saying America has been spoiled, you know, which I think is not true. I just think we've been misinformed. I don't think we've been spoiled, you know. So a lot of people, that's not even people from America, you know. So it's just like that's weird to say America's been spoiled. They hate one man when it's people from other countries that's out there rallying and protesting and stuff. If it was us, then yeah. If it was us out there, Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. But that still don't mean we spoiled. That's just him come from another country to understand we fighting for things that he don't have no clue what we fighting for. So down here, that's how down here in America, that's how we do things. They walk, they march, they protest. Over there, I don't know what they do. But I'm tired of the marching and all this shit that they doing. I'm tired of the misinformed. That's why I feel like we got to talk more. And hey, some people going to agree and believe some of the things that you say, some people not. They might follow the news. I just don't trust the news. It's just too much bullshit that goes on in the news. That don't mean all the news is false. I'm just saying they always misinform. They keep something out. I just want to know a little bit of everything, you know. So it's news all over. Talk to people, actual people that's involved. What up, Chow Bout? Hey man, I might be dolo today, man. I don't know where everybody at today. I think Reese had to get her shots. Trey had to work. Funny man, he pop in when he pop in. Everybody else, I ain't sure, but we good regardless. You just popped in here. We already went through the measles. We was talking about home remedies and stuff that we can use back in the house. This dude right here, he from Africa. He was saying that we spoil here in America, and he don't understand how the whole country can hate one man. The whole world hate Hitler, damn near. You talking how one country, how the whole world can hate one man, and I don't think everybody hate Trump. People just put that perception out there from the news, because how could the whole country hate one man that won the popular vote and everything? So he got fans out here. He got a lot of white racist people that's on the side, black people on this side, Spanish. There's a lot of Spanish community that voted for him as well. So I think a lot of times we just misinformed. But this dude, man, he said some okay things. I ain't playing this shit again. He said some alright things, but I don't think he said much to be going viral and people send me the clips saying you must share this. You must share this. Like, nah, man. You're not doing that. Let's see what else we got. Nah, I think I shared that yesterday. God damn. Everybody been sending me these joints. I might share this one. I'm gonna share this one. You say this a red clip of Trump. Let's see what he's talking about. 1987. The fuck was going on? It's a year before I was born. What the hell was they talking about in 1987? It's a red Trump video from the 80s. That's crazy. That's how long these people been out here. These motherfuckers been out here back in the 80s still doing and talking about the same shit. Damn, that's the thing we got to start looking at too. It's just like, how's these same issues going on? Just different levels. It seemed like how chips and shit used to be probably $1, and now they went up to like $1.50, $2. Before that, these penny for candy. 5-cent, quarter candy, all that shit. Now they just cost more. And it seemed like on these videos, like we was in debt. In the 80s, we was in debt. And it just seemed like we in debt more, Now we're a little more in debt as time go on, like, which makes sense. But it's like we going backwards. Why we ain't making money? Why we always in debt? It seems like that's what money is. It's just nothing but debt. That's all they going around collecting debt all day. And that's it with the world. I guess this video said. Red footage.
This is how you know Trump is authentic. He's had the same message since the 80s. America first.
Necessary, but we can't be defending Japan, and we can't be defending Saudi Arabia and the Persian Gulf and everybody else and think that we're going to have low-income housing for people, which is desperately needed. Other countries have to pay us for the services we're rendering, or this country is going to go right down the tubes, and that is a shame.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
This is how you know Trump is authentic. He's had the same message since the 80s. America first.
Necessary, but we can't be defending Japan, and we can't be defending Saudi Arabia and the Persian Gulf and everybody else and think that we're going to have low-income housing for people, which is desperately needed. Other countries have to pay us for the services we're rendering, or this country is going to go right down the tubes, and that is a shame.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
And we'll be back.
This is how you know Trump is
LA Josh
authentic.
Preston, host and producer of the podcast with LA Josh Preston, every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live and on Twitch. But in the meantime, you're listening to Althea McFarlane and the Morning Mac Show. Hey, play with it, but don't play with it.
But don't play with it. I never heard of this footage, but yeah, okay. He was doing this in 1987. Now he finally got a chance to get in office and actually do something about it. So it seemed like this is something he was talking about in the 80s, but it's still like we were still in debt. We was $2 trillion in debt in the 80s. Like, what the fuck is going on? And now we more in debt. And even back then, he was saying these other countries got to pay. They didn't pay. So now we had 2025, they still not gonna pay. I think it was for television back then to talk about it, and now it's for television now. It just at the times when he was saying these things, he might was beloved. So a lot of the things he was saying, people probably was with it. But that was in 1987. Damn, a year before I got here. It just be weird to see footage of people doing anything before I was born. I'd be like, people is really out here living. For some reason, it'd be feeling like the world started when I got here sometimes. Like LA, y'all went out this motherfucking 70s doing that, man. Y'all had to wait on me to get here. What up, Rodney? He said I'm working, but should be there in about 45 minutes. Okay, get that money, man. Ain't no rush. And you know I'm good. What up, Woo? Slicky Woo, he probably used to me doing this. This how I usually do it. Just me by my damn self. Then Woo and them will pop in sometimes and, you know, chime in with me. But this was something I used to do a few years ago all the time. It get bored after a while. You know, you want to do it with a team. You know, so that's what we've been doing, building the team. You gotta be the only one talking and researching and sharing videos. But shit, I can do it. What y'all thoughts on that old 1980s? Like, why is we in debt then and we in debt now? Like, why is this shit like we never out of debt? This shit is crazy. I don't get it. Andrew Tate go lives about Diddy. Kids about Diddy. What's up with Diddy? Did he get home yet? Said you should listen. Oh my goodness, man. People be sending me some wild clips, man. Some of them I can't even share. I can't share that shit. They got little boys on here doing things that I know none of the men on here would agree with. Trump is like a drug dealer. Hell yeah. He know what to do to get to buy his crack. He doesn't see color. He sees sales. And I think a lot of business people like that. You know, I think the media just use that to divide us. You know, they use race bait, they use religion, then they use sports, you know. So you got some people out here, they find all type of way to divide us, you know, but at the end of the day, the people at the top, they working together. And that's why I tell you, when you're out here selling CMOS, you think I'd be funny with people like, yeah, black business, you got black owned this and that, man. But for the business owner, you think he only selling the blacks? That's the only part that get me when people say, man, you need to shop black only, you know, black owned businesses only. I'm like, why? Like, if they got good product, then hell yeah, I'm a bad. But if I know another company, they might be white owned, Asian owned. I don't know who might own the place sometimes. But if I see something I like, why is it a problem if I buy it? Because if you're a black owner, which some of us are that's watching, you think if I'm selling drinks, Molly Mars drinks, I'm only going to serve the black people? You think if a group of white people say, hey, I like them drinks, can I buy them? Like, no, I only can sell to black people. Like, hell no. So I don't like the fact that y'all put that on the shoppers. Like, you only should be shopping black only and this black only businesses. It don't make sense because that same business ain't going to only serve black people. You know, they actually sell to white, Asians, China. So I don't like that. You know, I never heard other people say this white business only or Spanish business only. Like, you might know it's a Spanish shop. You might know it's a Jamaican shop. You might still going to get your braids done. You might know it's a Chinese shop. You still can get your hands and your nails and shit done. Imagine, like, come on. You don't even see their own people when they're getting their nails and shit done. That's the part that always got me. I just be like, hold up. Like, you go to a soul spat, black-owned business, you going to see black people in there. You might see a couple of other nationalities pop in there and get some food, but majority of the time, you're going to see a lot of black people. But when it comes to these Asian spats and shit, I never see just regular Asian people just all sitting around eating the food and a sprinkle of us in there. It still be a majority of us and none of them. I'd be like, where the hell are they at? You know, like nobody, no Chinese people come back curry out. They only come to our neighborhood. I never seen Chinese people in our neighborhood purchasing things. Like, name a time you ever seen the Chinese people come in the liquor store and hey, let me get some Patron. Let me get some. Hey, what's up, man? Like, never. Only time I see them is they working the counter or they working behind the counter and they charging you. Hey, $15, $20. Hurry up, $20. You want fries? Like, that's all you hear. But you never see them come. Hey, what you selling, man? Let me buy that. Let me support you, man. Let me get 3 bottles. None of that shit. So I think what we need to do is start going to these curry outs and make their ass buy from us. Say same stuff every day, played a different way. Exactly, same playbook, boo. I really be feeling like that. It's the same shit. I wish y'all seen that measles video that I shared, man. That shit was crazy. That's true. Said to whoever. Asian spat soap for me. Boy, and my own people. Damn. See, you in LA too, man. There's so many different nationalities out there. And they do be working together. You know, up here we got certain areas that do that. You know, you don't see it as much, but I think as time go on, you can start seeing it. Definitely down there by the southwest side for people who are out here in our area, by the National Stadium, the Net Stadium. You're starting to see a lot more different cultures blended together. You know, and then everybody riding these goddamn bikes. First, I was cool with it, but now these damn bikes everywhere. These kids, they leave them in the street. They on every corner. Like, there's no way you go outside, you can find a scooter or a bike. So you need one or Uber, but the kids don't figure a way how to jailbreak them or some shit. They not even paying. They riding these things all day till they die, and they know how to get in them. They do it all. I don't know how these kids do it. They smart. I just wish they use it towards other things sometimes. Let me see what else Riri might got in these creases. Federal workers laid off by Trump. Who's that? Everything about Trump. God dang. Everybody, man. Everybody. There's another one. Kamala Harris. Tory Lanez. Okay, let's see what they talking about. Tory Lanez then. And I don't know if Tory home yet. I know he was falsely accused. Maybe. Like, I never know with the media. This girl probably never been shot. Never see Chinese food commercials, neither. I ain't peeped that. I never seen a Chinese commercial. I never seen them promote, but I do see them. For some reason, I don't see when they do it, but every time you wake up or you come home, it's a curry out fly inside your door here where we at. And you be like, what the fuck? Like, you never know what. You like, when they come in here, they be dropping shit all you never seen, but you'll have a fly everywhere. Like, it be flies everywhere, man. So they promote the old school way out here where we at. They do hand to hand, like, you know, come out. They put it on cars and stuff. So I hate shopping. A-Reds. They call me buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Come on, buddy. For you, I do $30, buddy. For you, I no need to do $100 for you though, buddy. I do $30 right now, cash. Like, man, these motherfuckers finesse. They think I don't know. He got it for $10. Trying to upscale it for $100 and telling he'd get it to me for $50, but now $30. Like, get out of here. I love they hustle, dog. I got some A-Rad buddies up here. They got a couple of clubs that they own, and they always show love. They got the cigar lounge, but nah, it's still our people, man. We need to get back to the mom and pop stores. That's what I miss. I miss we had our own sometimes. We can look out, build our own, but now every time I turn around, it's a curry out, 7-Eleven, or a convenience store. And most of all, down here, we got a million tobacco stores. I don't care where you at. You go around the corner, you're going to see a tobacco store. You need sheets, funnel, roll-ups, anything. It's a tobacco store. And we're starting to get a lot more dispensaries down over here. See what the fuck they talking about. Tory Lanez. I ain't been keeping up with Tory Lanez. I know he innocent. I know he dropped that coin that would have changed the lives for everybody, and since then he got arrested. Y'all don't know about it, look it up. Tory Lanez coin. He dropped his own coin when he dropped his album. He was selling it to his fans, and overnight these people came rich. And he's like, he broke the code. And ever since he did that shit, get him out of there. Did he decide to sue his own people? Oh, get him out of there. You gotta remind some niggas sometimes of who put them in that position to do what they doing. And they can't just be doing shit without getting the okay. That's how I look at it.
Who shot? What did Tory say happened in that car?
They were fighting. Kelsey shot the gun to scare Megan, not to hurt Megan. She shot it to scare Megan. Tory slapped her hand down 2 more shots went off, and that's what happened, and that's what Tory had said. Kelsey and Megan had just gotten to a knockdown, drag-out fist fight. If you look at the photos that we released on the website, you see all over Kelsey's legs, they're all of these scratch marks. Like in they were in a knockdown, drag-out over Tory, because Tory had basically just exposed that he slept with both of them. It was really nasty. They were pissed off. They were drunk as hell.
They didn't know that he had been romantic with both of them.
No, Kelsey did not know. Megan knew. But Megan asked...
Kelsey was with Tory first.
Yes, Kelsey and Tory had had a relationship for years, like a sexual relationship.
And everyone knew of, like,
and everybody knew that,
okay.
Correct. But Megan told Tory not to tell Kelsey. An affidavit from the security guard and driver of Kelsey Harris on the 2 days of her testimony at trial. So he comes in and he sits down and he says, listen, I witnessed, from her, she's on the phone with her boyfriend at the time, and also her attorney's there, and they're all discussing. She starts by saying, how do I say this without telling on myself? Remember, they gave Kelsey immunity for while she was on the stand. Why? Why does someone need immunity if they're innocent? So she begins to tell them, like, well, this is what happened. I shot the gun 3 times in the air. Tory slams, comes around and it slams the, pushes my arm down, and 2 more shots go off. And he says, I directly heard her say this, and he goes on to describe that. He doesn't know that what he is doing is he's completely giving the exact count to a Ring video that was also in trial. And he actually doesn't know that the original testimony of an eyewitness who watched it happen, Sean Kelly, the body cam footage of him being interviewed, and he says 3 shots go off, there's a pause, 2 shots, 2 girls were fighting. That's the original witness. That story stuck even on the stand. But then they took him off the stand, took him in the back. This is during trial, and he comes back and his story completely changes. And now the guy is nowhere to be found. He moved to England.
Wait, so the guy moved to England?
Yeah, this is so egregious, going to prison for something that you didn't do. He's been 100% exonerated from the gun. Like, how in the hell is someone in prison when their fingerprints are not on the gun, that the gun that they're claiming was his that shot someone?
Who shot?
Damn, I ain't know that deep, Tory. Tory basically already been proven innocent. They gonna make sure his ass stay guilty. It ain't nothing new, man. I don't know if y'all surprised by him with the lady saying they did to Tory. And then with the witness that came on the stand, they made him change his story. They made him go back, change his story. Then this dude done moved out the country. He say, fuck that, I ain't never coming back. I'm like, is it really that deep? Is it really that deep? Is kids really that pressed to be famous? After y'all see what all these celebrities go through, would y'all be okay with y'all kids being famous on TV? Like, would y'all want y'all kid be the next Drake, Lil Wayne, Kendrick, whatever it might be? Because kids looking forward to this. We know all of them ain't gonna make it. It's just like the NFL. There's only a small percentage of people that's gonna make it. Even if they good, it gotta come with a little bit of luck. That's what people don't understand. Like, you gotta really stay lucky. You gotta not get hurt, not get in trouble, be in different situations, but it can happen. But for rappers, it's like, come on, man. Some of these kids actually living the lifestyle. Some of them not, and they just rapping about it. But at the end of the day, if they make it to where these people make it at, like Tory, it's just like things like this happen. They still seem like they're not free. It's like you less free when you become a celebrity. I never just see celebrities out living life regular like most people. It's like they can't do nothing. Depending on how famous you are. That's why I like that song, I'd rather be rich than famous. Because I'd rather be rich than famous. A lot of people, they like the fame, they like the attention, but it's like, what type of life is that? And would you actually want that for your kid? It's like, if that's what they want, then yeah, you should support it. But I think some of these kids, as they was young, they weren't educated on what can go wrong in the industry, or history on what did go wrong in the industry. Like how a lot of these celebrities always overdosing, and how when they say certain things, they get out of line, they just go missing, or their music just don't get played as much. It's just so many things they got control over, and we don't own any of it. It's just like if they can't get in line and do things like they supposed to do, these things can happen. And I know for some people they be pissed off, like, oh, the industry wrong, they did them wrong. But I look at it like streets, like where we come from, and you part of something. Anybody, most of anybody, y'all know how gangs work, or if you from a neighborhood, if you from a certain hood and y'all go out here and y'all do something, y'all enter things. I don't care what it is, y'all can be selling drugs, stealing cars, robbing people, anything that y'all doing. If y'all decide to do that with them people and then decide to get out and talk about it, most times in the hood, them dudes will get at you before the police, before you get them all locked up. And that's what it's saying, like in the industry. It's like these dudes get conscious and they be like, oh, we can't do this no more. Like they've been fucking us over. They fucked me over some money. Then they start snitching. They want to tell the world, hey, look, this person does this. They ain't pay me. They doing this. They doing that. They snatching kids. They did. So now these people like, shit, you trying to get me arrested. Fuck, we gonna have to silence him. So it's just like people like they just messed up what they did to such. Like, I get it, but when they sign up to be part of those people organization and start getting these millions of dollars and got famous and doing all that shit, and now they getting out of line, and these people doing whatever they got to do to not get caught up in whatever they snitching about, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. It's sad, but I'm not shocked because I'm like, y'all think these street dudes they show us on TV, they gangsters. The real gangsters in Hollywood, the real gangsters run the media, the CIA, all that shit, the police force. Them are the real gangsters. But for some reason, y'all think the real gangsters what they portray in shows on TV. Like, hell nah. The niggas that they scared of are the gangsters. The motherfuckers in blue. That's the biggest gang in the world. And a lot of people don't understand it. Wherever you go, you're going to see police. Don't matter what they put in front of it, still called police. LA police, DC police, Maryland police, Virginia police, Pennsylvania. Any city you got police there. So when they decide to say we the police, that's one big gang. That's like Bloods being in every city, Crips being in every city, and then they decide to say, you know what? Let's all unite and get together. That's a lot of people. They got police everywhere. They the biggest gang out here. So when people do get out of line, look, they ain't got to call little Bobo and them down the street. They can call the police. People wondering why a lot of kids go missing and shit out here. The police. Really, you think a kid won't stop for the police and get in the car? You be like, my kid, your kid's smart. You damn well you done taught your kid not to do this, not to do that. And then when they go missing, you be like, damn, I swear. Yeah, because they always stop for the police. We always told them trust the police. I really be thinking that. I be like, there's no way, like all these kids is going missing, dog, and the police somehow just let it happen. They just caught a lot of pedophiles, though. I'm gonna see if I can find that because that for some reason wasn't in the news. I've been reading that article for weeks now. It's like, why they not talking about this? They caught over like 1,000 pedophiles. They done rescued over 1,000 something kids. All that shit. When these people got caught, they had kids and all that shit in cages and all that. They was doing all type of shit to these kids. But they caught these dudes. They've been locking them up. And I'm just wondering, like, why they not talking about it on the news? Every time I watch the news, it's about some shit that don't even really matter. Like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, why y'all talking about that? I'm going to find the clip, though. Because for some reason, they not talking about it. I might got to go on TikTok and find it or something because there's nowhere to be found. They got a couple of articles, but that ain't enough. Homophobic countries. God damn. Somebody send me some shit. They got homophobic countries. Countries. Damn, they locking people up just for being gay. That's crazy. Nah, we might share that one. People be sending me some shit, though. They be sending me some shit, man. Some shit I choose not to share because I want mostly shit I know y'all can talk about, relate to. I don't be want to go too deep off the end. Some people be like, the fuck you talking about? You'll see no comments the whole show. Motherfuckers just be listening. That's look see why I just be listening. What do you say they trying to get you really free now? What you mean by that? They trying to get you really free now. I don't know what you mean by that one. This white woman is the hero. God damn, what she do? Oh, let's see what she did. Got white heroes out here.
I can't believe this. Read this article. I'm up early in the morning hustling like I'm still on zero. You hear me? Hustling like I'm still on zero. Nothing to prove other than to myself. And let's go get it, baby. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I need to know, are you really putting in work? You gotta be bullshitting me. I can't believe this. Read this article.
I'm up early. Anybody reading that damn article, but if y'all can see the article, it said the lady was getting kidnapped or whatnot. They had a burglar or something. Yeah, they had a burglar in the house, and she gave the nigga head. She gave him head so good that her husband was able to come behind him and knock him upside his head, and the police came to arrest him. But her husband, it like he cut off there. Husband one, yeah, that shit crazy. I don't even know how real that article is. If it's true, that's crazy work. And she not wrong. I'm just saying she had to give a nigga head to stay alive and to keep her kids safe. And hey, I don't put it past her, but I think this might. I don't know. The joint y'all sent me, I don't know if that article true or not. Cause it say quick thinking mom saves family life by giving government a blowjob. I don't know where they put that inside of an article. That's just me though. I'm not sure. My boy been resurfing the internet. This a couple of years ago, but I guess it's a lot of videos that's old people been posting on Instagram and shit. I guess it's new to them, and it's crazy because it's getting treated like it's a new video, like it never existed. You know, that's what's crazy. I don't know if things got wiped off the internet when they did that TikTok thing, and now they repurposing all the videos. But most of the people's videos I seen years ago. Not even 8 years. I'm talking about years ago with an S. So it's just like, why the fuck everybody just so. I mean, it's better late than never, but it just be crazy. Like this kid, man, he went off on this show, and I think it's just a small clip which somebody just sent me, but I still think this should be talked about because a lot of people be talking about what we need from the government and how we can help our community only if we get the funding. I deal with this a lot. Oh, we can't do that because we ain't got the funding. We can't do that. We got the funding. It's like shit. We got money. These kids need help. Let's put some money together and make it happen. Fuck the funding. Why y'all always talking about the funding? We need to get money from the government. The government this, the government that. It's like, nah, if it's 50 of us, let's all put up $100, $50, $10. It don't matter how much it is. Like we can put some bread together and do something for these kids. And we did that a couple of times and it hurt us. Sometimes we didn't have it to give, but it was like it was worth it. And we thought if we did that, people might then offer us money later to help us continue on what we was doing. Nope, not the case. So it's just like the people mostly get funded we from. They're the ones that ain't gonna really make no change out here. They're gonna make sure the kids still be hood, still be in the street and distracted. But for the ones who actually try to make change, you never get the funding, so you gotta do it on your own. Hate when the joint starts spazzing. I'm gonna play this clip. Hear what he said to your boy Roland. I can't stand Roland.
My issue to fight, I believe. So what's your issue to fight? My issue, I fight for young black men before they die. And that's what I do in my organization. I do teach them to vote, but I don't tell them that voting is going to be the be all end all.
No one says the be all the end all, but it's a part of it.
But you guys promote voting like it's just going to change like the systemic outlook of the black community. That's not where it's at. We have to get out and go do for self in our own communities.
So define do for self.
When I say do for self, you shared one of my tweets, my videos, and I was actually a big fan of yours, but you shared one of my tweets when I said black people need to stop begging the government and go and do for self out in our communities. You shared the video and called me an idiot. I didn't see anything idiotic about that
No,
statement
no, no,
at
no,
all.
no. So when you say do for self, like what? Explain that.
Okay, for example, here in Albany, Georgia, we complain about our school systems a lot. Many of our young men can't read. They have very horrible literacy rates. We don't have any rehab programs here for juvenile offenders. What I decided to do, I started a program 2 years ago, decided to do for self, and I started taking children into my home. I started taking custody of kids from juvenile court, and I started molding them and training them and teaching them skilled trades, etc. Now I'm 21 years old. I just purchased a school here in Albany, Georgia, to combat us being in the government-funded schools that are not teaching our children what they need to learn. So that's what I mean by do for self, simply getting up and going out and do it.
So
I beat the stereotype that I'm young, black, in America, and I can't do anything because somebody's holding me down. Absolutely not.
So a question.
Teenagers went and go ahead. Me and some teenagers went and bought a school, and we just bought a school bus simply from going out and doing work. We decided to go fix our own communities. I'm not expecting anything from no politician. I'm not expecting nothing from Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or nobody. We're gonna go do it for ourselves, and that's what I believe we need to be doing. I can vote, sure, but nothing's gonna change in our community.
So you went to. So you.
Voting is not my issue to fight. I believe.
So what's your issue to fight?
What is y'all issue to fight out here? Like, y'all know me. If y'all watch this show, y'all know I don't vote. I ain't with that dumb shit. I've been voting for a long ass time and it never changed nothing. I know how most of y'all feel that's older. Oh, voting this, voting that, voting that. Nah, this kid said he don't vote. Roland got mad. He said, so what changes you doing out here for the people? He told him. Like, we ain't waiting on no government, none of that shit. We put our minds and our money together and we actually purchased a school, and he purchased a school. That's why I don't fuck with Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar been raising money for a long time to open up a school. This kid did that shit within 2 years. So all that, we need this, we need that. This kid did that. He had school bus and all, and he's still doing it. He's still doing it. They probably got multiple schools now because they was working on the second location. As long as they don't bother them and leave them alone. He didn't ask for no government funding. They ain't need no funding, all these grants and loans. I be hearing people, you need to get a grant. You need to get a grant. Nah, he took it upon himself. Him and some other teenagers. He's like early 20s. And some teenagers got it done. And I always tell people it's always going to be the youth. Like a lot of us, like I'm getting older now. I listen to the youth. I listen to the kids that's younger than me, the early 20s. The early teens, mid-teens, because they know what's to come next. They knowledgeable. You know, all you got to do is listen to them. They going to help you grow. And then they listen to you, you going to help them grow. You got to help each other. You learn from each other, but people think it got to be this age thing. Like, you know, I learned from my elders. No, you should learn from your youngins too. Because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out now, even with AI. A lot of these older people don't know what the fuck is AI and what's not. You know how many videos I get? Like, did you see what this person said about that? That person ain't say shit. That's not them. It's AI. It's clearly obvious that it's AI to me, but to them, they can't tell the difference. They can't tell what's real and what's fake, and that's why they need to stay connected with the youth. And that's why the youth need to stay connected with the older people to know why these things coming about. How many times they already did this thing. For these kids, they be thinking a lot of these things happen for the first time. Not knowing that this shit happened over and over and over and over and over again. I thought this was like the first pandemic. I didn't know they gave out vaccines and shit back 100 years ago. I didn't know this thing just kept happening every 100 years. They come up with some crazy thing that a lot of people on earth catch this disease and die from. You know, I ain't know how many different variants they were, but when I started to research, it's like, damn, they was talking about this in the 60s. They was talking about this in the 70s. But nobody from the 70s told us about this now that I know of. You know, like, it's just like, why y'all talk about what's happening today? Y'all don't see the pattern. Y'all don't see that they was doing this at one time 30 years ago. And now it's the same fucking shit. I don't know. I just wonder, y'all that's watching, what do y'all think voting actually do for us? For the people who actually vote. What did voting do for you? What changes did it make? You know, I know a lot of people say, well, you should vote local and this and that. Yeah, okay, that might work. You know, but I'm saying as a whole, have we ever had change based off voting? Have we ever had change based off getting the right president in office that you want? It don't matter if Biden was in there, it was going to people screaming out here they wanted Trump. Trump in there's people out here screaming they wanted Biden. Oh, Kamala. Oh, Obama. It don't matter. Biden. It's just too many. It's too much fake shit. And then you do a research. It took a 7-year-old girl It didn't really take her because I knew it and a lot of other people knew it, but it took a 7-year-old girl to actually do the research on all the presidents to find out all of them are related, which we all knew that actually do the research because it ain't hard to find out. It's easy. It's right there. But a 7-year-old, she did a research paper on the presidents, and when she came out with her results, she found out they always related. And I love kids because they don't know that, you know, it's conspiracies and things out here. She just going off her data. Look, this the research I did. These the results that I got. She made the news. They talked about on the news for days how brilliant this white girl is. She only 7 years old, and she somehow knew all the presidents was connected. And not only she knew, she was right. They did the research, and and she was right. You don't know which president is not no kin to all the other presidents. And it ain't Obama. That's the first person people thought, well, it's Mario Obama because he black. No, it's Donald Trump. That's the only president that ain't no kin to all the other presidents. All the other presidents got all shared the same great-great-grandfather. They all cousins. That's why I said it's still bloodline. So now you got somebody in office that ain't part of their bloodline. How you think that's going to go for him? I just wonder. Like, that's why I be telling people it's a family business. America is nothing but a business. That's why you got to have a president, secretary. You got to have all the things that you'll have in a real company. You know, we just don't know who actually running the show. Who's the owner of America? We won't never know. They always put a president in place to keep us fooled so we can point the finger at him. But back in the day, they used to point the finger at the king, the ruler. He in the castle. We're going to climb over the wall. We're going to stomp. We're going to make change because we know where he lay his head at. Now we don't know. We don't know where they so spread it out. They got us so fooled. We don't know who to blame. So we just blame everybody in politics. Not knowing if they puppets or not. We know they puppets. We know they put in that place just to deceive us. But we still got somebody to blame. And if you can't blame them, they gave you the devil anyway. Just the devil work. The double this or the double that, the double that. Why is it like he only working in our area? Because this motherfucker's over there smiling, living life. I guess God working over there. Allah working over there. Whatever name you want to give him, the devil just stay where we at. Like, no, people doing evil things to us, so it feel like the devil present. If people constantly does bad things to you, you're going to feel like you're in a bad area. It don't matter, you know? So these people, they got us fooled. We got to wake up. I'm not sure who all gonna pop in here, but we already been an hour. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just still want some feedback. What y'all thoughts on that? How y'all feel about this young kid out here? No government assistance. He made it happen. I don't know why Roland had a problem with him, but I love what he did. I love what he did for the people. I love what he's still doing. I wish we can do that here. He in Atlanta, you know, it's a lot cheaper for a lot of stuff out there, land and things like that. But I would love to do that, especially here in DC, if it's somehow we can get some type of property and start our own school. And he did this with teenagers. And this dude knowledgeable, you know, and ain't no telling who his OGs was and who passed this knowledge on to him, you know. But I feel the same way. Voting don't change anything for our people. We need to get out here, get together, and make change for ourselves. And then they might want to step in. They did it before. The Black Panthers was a real thing. Like, these people really started schools for our people. These people really started the breakfast, the school lunches and stuff like that. They think just come about. These white people ain't care at the time to feed y'all kids in the morning. That was something that came from the Black Panther Party. And they put a school together just to teach us about us, our history. And white kids and other nationalities, they was always welcome. It wasn't like this just a black school. No, this is a school where people going to actually teach your kids how to live, not just survive. They teach us how to survive. No, you need to teach us how to live. There's no way that we don't know nothing about money until we get out of school. And most time they don't even try to teach you in college, depending on what classes or your studies. You know, it's just like you really got to learn on your own. So it's just like we waste so much of our kids' time in school teaching them shit that they're not going to use on the outside. So it's like, let them go in school to learn their social skills. That's where they should go to connect with people and that. Like, but at home, we gotta teach them about money. We gotta teach them about finance, and a lot of us don't know shit about it. I'm still learning about finances and how to save and about credit and things like that. Things that I should have known before I even got out of school. Because I'm good with numbers. And if you know a kid or you have a kid that's real good with numbers, like counting off the top of their head, multiplying the top of their head, I was one of them kids. Like 15 times 15, 225, 25. I had to practice like certain math joints. I just know my count, like tables all the way up to like the 30s. Like I skipped past the 12. So like, you know, kids like that, like you need to really start getting into them about money, you know, how to invest and how to do all types of how to work a credit card. It's so easy now, but I'm like, this shit that I could have learned when I was younger. It's just simple, you know, but it's still like if they don't install it, you're not gonna use it. So you got a lot of people that's older, and you be like, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? They didn't know to do that. Now they might know to do that, you know. Now they learning, but I know it's a lot of them wishing that, damn, I wish I learned this in my early 30s. Damn, I wish I learned this in my early 20s. That's cool. You might didn't, but you can teach the next kid. Don't make the next kid wait till he get in his 40s and 50s to learn something that you right there can teach him now while he in his early 20s or he in his teens. I just don't like the fact that people wait like, oh, when my son get older, I teach him about this. No, teach him now. Like it ain't no just teaching kids how to drive. I was so pressed to learn how to drive. I never been taught how to purchase a vehicle. So when I first went down there to buy a car, I just bought a car and they taxed me. My car note was $450 a month. My car insurance was $500. I was paying $1,000 a month as a 19-year-old in college every month. And I'm thinking it's normal. I'm working just to pay off this car note. Then I start hearing other people car note. Oh yeah, man, my car note only $180. My insurance only $100 because I'm under my mother. Like what the fuck? Like you can do that? You know, it's like nobody ever told me. No, I had to learn on my own. I had to get it on my own. I ain't had nobody to show me. So I'm like, man, we got to teach these kids the same thing before AI teach them. You know, Chat PTT, whatever, GPT, Chat GPT. I know that it shut down for 2 days. Kids couldn't even go to school. Kids called out of school, and a lot of people called out of work because they can't work without this thing. Without AI, they don't even know how to do the work. The kids, it's a difference, you know, knowing how to work a device, but now these kids don't even care to learn and do the work. They don't care. They just ask AI. AI give them the answer. They put it out there and they pass. So it's like we going downhill. About 10 years from now, shit, I don't think anybody have an answer for nothing without asking AI. They ain't gonna believe nothing. We got to ask AI, and now we keep forgetting AI is man-made. AI only know what we taught it. So if you got somebody that's programming AI to say that the sky is orange, AI can tell you that. You can say, hey, AI, what color is the sky? And it's orange if they actually install different results. So it's just crazy. Like even our history, Christopher Columbus, AI would tell you he discovered America, but we know it ain't true, but somebody already installed it. It's so many different stuff. It depends, man. I just don't trust it. I think we need to get back to ourselves. You know, we need to get back to nature. We need to get away from all these computer technology. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I just think we've put too much time into it. You know, to the point that they starting to take our jobs. You know, like you can go to self-serve through mostly anything today, and AI take care of you. That's bad. That's bad, man. It's cool when we work together with AI, but now it seems like, nah, we working against them. So when you say something, I'm gonna ask AI, especially if the kid has an iPhone. Yeah, my daughter got an iPhone. iPhone came out when she was born. My daughter be 16 this year, so I always know when the next one coming out. Every year, the new iPhone come out with it. 17, 18. What up, funny man? You better be on too long, Shawty. What up with you?
Oh, last night was hectic. Was hectic at work.
You gotta get it in. What the hell y'all doing, man?
Oh shoot! Like we used to have like four people in the truck. Then they changed it down to 3, so that was already a challenge. But then last night, one of the main motors on the belt went out, so we had to do it. You know what I mean? Manually. You know what I mean? Like grab stuff off the belt, put it on the skid, then load the truck and jump like. I was like, oh
He
my
putting in
goodness.
that work. He putting on that work. Ronnie said stay on. He be on at 15. I stay on. See what they talking about. Harriet Tubman. There be a lot of videos I just ain't been sharing because I just thought, probably go over a lot of people's head or they probably ain't care to talk about it. So I just been keeping them in the cut. But now I'm just throwing them out so I can get rid of them.
Right.
This another girl. She's saying exposing Harriet Tubman. Let's see what she talking about.
Luther King is not the only one that needs to be exposed. We need to talk about Harriet Tubman and the vital role that she played, because I don't think y'all realize that gap that we're missing. Harriet
was a
Tubman
secret agent
helped
or
cover
something.
that up. Let me break this shit down to y'all. So first of all, if y'all don't know, Harriet Tubman was not her name. And y'all, I keep telling y'all, America is a stage. These people are playing characters. Everybody, for some odd reason, has to change their name. So, and if you don't know, her real name was Arminta Ross. And I believe that's a Hebrew name. So she had to be kidnapped and brainwashed. But anyways, it says that during the Civil War, she served the U.S. Army as a spy, a scout, and a cook. The key word is she served the U.S. Army as a spy, a scout, a nurse, and a cook. And ironically, she's supposed to have led multiple slaves to freedom. But she worked for the U.S. How does that make sense? If we are the Aboriginal people of this land and she worked for the U.S., she was not working for us because we were not united. We weren't citizens. Do you remember the United States were the 13 colonies that were over there that was trying to infiltrate into our land? We were not a part of their government. They called us La Louisiana. Martin Luther King is not the only one that needs to be exposed. We need to talk about Harriet Tubman and the vital role that she played, because I don't think y'all realize.
Shit. You heard that one before, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough.
Well, I can't remember. I can't remember what they were saying about Martin Luther King because, like you said, Martin Luther King is the only one.
Yeah, he one of them too. All his name not even Martin Luther King. This shit funny. All of them be having stage names like Tupac. All these weird names. But yeah, she right. I just weird that a lot of these videos starting to come out. I never seen this video, but I heard this long ago, and it's good that people starting to understand that a lot of this shit been staged from the very beginning. A lot of these characters that they've been giving us as heroes, they secret weapons. Even Martin Luther King, he didn't know though. He didn't know willingly, but when he found out, he came out and he told the truth. He been blind, he been fooled, he been bamboozled. He said these mothers had me tripping like black man should get it by the scrap of his boot and all this. And he said why at the same time they giving they family members from other countries land, free labor, training, all this shit. I remember that speech from Martin Luther King. That was his last one too. They killed his ass after that. They said, oh shit, he done woke up. Let's get him out of here. But with Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, all of them, I forgot her real name. I think she mentioned it. Oh yeah, she mentioned it right there. A Ross or something. It's not even close to her real name. And I think Martin Luther King's name was Michael or something like that. But Martin, the real Martin Luther King, the one that fought against the church, the Catholic Church, King James and all of them. Yeah, he was considered a hero back then. But now, if you look up Martin Luther King gonna pop up because that's why they gave him that name. It erased the history from that Martin Luther that actually was out here fighting as well for us. I still think Martin Luther King was a smart guy. I just think, like all of us, he was misinformed. And then when he started to figure things out, they got rid of him. Same thing with Malcolm X. He started to travel the world and see other countries and see other Muslims. Like, hold up, they said da 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 da. Nah. Once they found out the truth, slaughter them. But at the end of the day, they always work for the government. It never made sense for me. Dave, let's say you talking shit about me
Right, right.
And you hate me and my peoples and da da da. Why would I film you and put you on my network to talk that shit about me? Why would I put you on the network to rally up your troops and tell your troops that y'all need to get together to fight against what we doing? Why would I constantly keep giving you the platform? People be forgetting they own the news network. They still own it today. They own television. So if they own television today, who the fuck you think owned it back then when Martin Luther King was on television telling you shit? They did. Well, why you think he was on? They put him on there. Farrakhan, all these niggas, they work with them. That's they part of the game. They got some niggas too. I keep telling people that up the top, it's no racism. It don't exist over there. At the bottom, they keep us divided. They use race bait. The motherfuckers work together. They up there having kids and all that shit together. Obama mother ain't get punished for fucking a nigga. Shit, if anything, we got a fucking president out of it.
Yeah,
You
true.
know?
Farrakhan's either dad or granddad is white.
Yeah, a lot of us got white family somewhere in our line, but we taught to hate each other at the bottom, you know, and at the top they taught to work together. But all people gotta do is do their history. They give us all these fake ass heroes when the heroes was Dr. Sebi. Why we ain't talk about Dr. Sebi? Then they try to make a movie about him. Shit, the nigga died from trying to make a movie. They like, Nipsey gonna make a movie. Well, Nipsey gotta go. Because we don't need no stories of another Jesus Christ out here. You know, he was out here healing people. He was sent down here from the heavens, if you want to call it. He was a prophet. He was walking. That's why he's a walking healer. That's what Sebi means. People don't even know his name. Sebi, Dr. Sebi mean the walking healer. They gave him that name. The people, you know, because he was around here healing things that they still to this day say don't have a cure.
Exactly. Yep.
People that were studying with him end up dying, left eye. Everybody, it just seemed like anytime he educated people on health and stuff like that, and they knew like we can't only get rid of the people that he attaching to, we're gonna get rid of him too. Because if he teach that one student, that student can teach 10 more. And then that 10 kids can teach 100. And then you gone, they got us. So it seemed like they shut it down real fast, real quick. We can get Rodney some time to get in here, though. What else you think they might been lying about out here, Dave? Or you know they'd been lying about?
Oh shoot. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but different videos that I've been watching almost got make events about the slave trade. I mean, like you know what I mean? Like when I was younger and social studies and everything, I was always taught that, you know what I mean, the white guys would come to Africa and trade and get people and stuff and all for like, you know, guns and, you know, different things like that. And then pack up ships and then come all the way back over here. But the videos and everything that I'm starting to see now, they're saying that the people was already here.
Yeah.
And when the white guys came over here, they pretty much like either deceived them or just you know what I mean, conquered them or whatever and made them slaves or whatever. And you know what I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still confused, but I'm starting to lean more towards that, just because of the fact of you know what I mean, like you were stating, like it seemed like every single thing that we was taught has been a lie. So why not this?
There we go.
What up, Beast?
What's up,
What's up, Beast? Hey, Beast, I tried to watch your show last night and it wasn't on.
Yeah, no show. We're doing it tonight at 8:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, been working, man.
I get that money, man.
My assistant had a car accident and been out, so I've been picking up extra shifts, picking up all the slack until she got herself together. So
Y'all gonna let me work?
it's been like that. Oh, look at that. They gotta go to the bathroom. They want you to put on your pimp robe.
This the babies. This they babies. They got my friend bought 3 on Rico. Nene bought 3 of the babies. So they on my line as well. Back out, y'all.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Dave.
you having Molly's wake up Tuesday or something. What you gonna call it?
It's on Wake Up Tuesdays. Nah, you know that's why I don't be on here as much, man. I get a little too deep for the people, man. I be talking about shit they don't even know what I'm talking about, or don't care to even hear what I'm talking about. So I be had to be careful. It's a thin line, you know. I wasn't prepared though. I'd have bought up some little freaky shit. I bought up one joint. This white lady saved her family from a burglar by sucking his dick. You know, yeah, she saved the house, but the hubby still like, I need to see what's up, because she was just going a little too hard. He said, I ain't never get done like that before.
I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life, man. That sound like Funny Man or Chow Bow was robbing him. You know what I'm saying? That sound like a setup. Y'all don't sound like no real joiner for that. That was the husband. That's exactly what I've been thinking. I wish
That's the first thing niggas said. They said, man, that was the side nigga. They played it off. Hubby walked in. We was getting robbed.
It was role playing. It was role.
Matter of fact, didn't Biggie write a song about that? You know what I'm saying? That's straight out of Biggie's joint. Except for the payment of what you call it, you know. Biggie said they did the same thing. That's all they did on that was pull out the Biggie. That's all the Biggie's what you call it. You know what I'm saying? Except for getting his dick sucked. That's crazy. That's wild work right there. You know, I'll leave too. Shit, if they rob my house and my wife suck this dick, I'm leaving. I ain't staying with her. Hell nah.
Yeah, man. That's tough.
I ain't gonna sit there and watch that. I don't give a crap if you save my life.
He was doing.
Shoot me. Go ahead and shoot me, dog. I ain't tripping.
Said while he crept up behind him and hit him upside his head, she was yocking. Like he stopped dead. He put a kept hitting his ass.
Oh my God, though. Ain't no way. What's up, Mr. Bivens? How you doing, sir? Ain't
What
no
up,
way.
Jay?
I can't believe that for a second. Nah.
Man, that's something that I said. I said then it was an article, so I said I ain't sure. It said saved their family by giving blowjobs. I said I don't think they'd have wrote that. You know, not like that.
Right. I mean, how you tell your friends that? How you gonna still keep your wife? I'm not kissing her. Ain't no way. Nah, I'm done. That'd be the end of that relationship. You know, I'm telling you right now, I'll leave my wife today. That happened. I'd be like, yeah, it was fun, you know. Thanks for saving my life.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep everything. I don't even want to stay. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, I don't care. I don't care if she's sick, got a headache, or whatever I got. No, there is no way in the world she can turn down the head or what I got. Like, oh, what I got to do? Rob the place or something to get a head around here?
Yeah, no bull.
Yeah, put a gun out on her, huh? So dang, what I gotta put you at gunpoint? She probably wanted to do it, man.
Yeah,
I think they was role playing. I think she got caught.
But how does that conversation even come up? Like he was robbing the joint, he hit the dude in the. You saying he came in there? So the question is, did the husband come in and the dude was already in there? Because then you know it was a setup.
Yeah, dude was already in there. He caught his wife. I guess his wife was already necking him when he walked in. So he came and crept behind him, hit him in his head, and his wife told him he was robbing the house. So that's what
yeah, that's yeah, that don't sound true at all. That don't even sound true.
Hey man,
our relationship.
Wifey said she had to do what she had to do, man. I respect it.
Okay. Oh, so your girl do that? You gonna stay there? That y'all still together?
Hell yeah, still together. No, but now we making money. Are you sucking dick like that, huh? Got a nigga got $100. It's my other girl over here though. I'm going the chout route after that. We can't just be us no more. We gonna have to add shit down. We got to figure something else out. He said, nah, not the chout route.
Nah, chout route is different. Chout girl is doing other girls. It's different if she was out here. She out here necking dudes. I ain't doing that. I ain't kissing you after that. You can believe that. I watch you suck some dude off. I'm not. Nah, that's the end of that. I just walk away from you from there. I don't got that in me, though. You know what I'm saying? If I saw my wife do anything with a nigga, that's the end of our relationship for real.
This nigga,
I can deal with a female, but nah.
They're not a nigga. He coming in, she eating the girl out. Like, I can deal with that.
Long as I can join, yeah. But, nah.
Babe, it's not what it looks like. We're being robbed.
He's being robbed. Nigga wake up. What's happened? You arrested. You done got locked up for robbery. Like, I ain't want robbing no motherfucking house. I was invited over that motherfucker.
Exactly. That was a fantasy joint. She was role playing joint. She was doing. All right, I want you to come through the back door with a mask.
They talking about Freaky Tuesday. Nah, it was a little clip though. It always freaky though for us. You know, you can get it in whenever you feel like it. Say what up, funny man Green. That's John Bibbins.
Oh,
I had so much in the article. I went through all. I'm trying to get rid of all these videos. I got so many on. We shared the measles joint. How they treated the measles back in the like 60s to how they treated it today. That shit was funny, man. They had like a Law and Order joint compared to it. I might play that shit one time.
I did have a conversation because here in DC they had the Trump rally and all that kind of stuff and blah blah blah. And so I was in the restaurant. It was a white dude came in the junk from I got they was cool and stuff, but we was just talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really." Oh, my joint went out. Hold on, my camera went out.
It went out. Yeah.
I'll get it fixed. But anyway, let me switch cameras. But nah, we was talking and had the whole conversation. So I don't even remember how it started with somebody, but he brought up Black Lives Matter, right? And I was like, yeah, well, Black Lives do matter. He was like, well, Blue Lives Matter too.
Oh shit.
And I looked at him and I said, now see now that's the whole problem with the conversation. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, so to me, this conversation is just like a conversation I had with my wife. When I go to my wife and I say something like, you're not doing something right. And then her response is, well, you're not doing something right too. And I was like, okay, so the thing is, why can't we both coexist together?
Yeah.
Like Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter. But why one got to be set against the other?
Division.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like why one set got to be set against the other? Why can't we just agree that one thing is important and the other thing is just important, but let's deal with one of them at a time. You know what I'm saying? If we in a culture or a place right now where I said in here ain't no blue lives.
Exactly.
And here ain't no blue lives, it's all black lives. So why can't we care about black lives? You come in here and care about black lives here. And then guess what? If I go to a police precinct, I'm gonna say Blue Lives Matter too. You know,
exactly.
Like what? Neither one of us has an argument against each other, but yet how come we are set against each other? Like why can't we agree that Black Lives Matter? Why can't we agree that Blue Lives Matter? And I mean,
that's because the blue is trying to make the black and blue.
I'm talking about the blue.
Where my boy with the crickets when he say shit?
LA gonna pop anyway. It's absurd.
I'm serious. Them bad boys, you know what I mean? They're whipping ass and joking all like.
Yeah, they're not playing. But I seen when I first seen Black Lives Matter, I went with that shit. You know, I was just like, I get it though. You know, I never march. I ain't buy that shit because I knew who owned it and I knew what the agenda was. But at the time, people didn't know because it was a lot of black lives being lost out here. So that's what they was marching for. They wasn't really caring about the movement. We watching for our people who getting killed out here in the streets, without even being armed. Sometimes they being killed. But they started that movement, Black Lives Matter, and they got money off of it. They got rich. They patented the hashtag. So it was cool, but it was just like, hey, y'all, we don't own that. So it's out here, we marching Black Lives Matter and they getting paid off of it. And they use that money to buy mansions and live, good. So it's like, I respect the hustle, but at the same time, I was trying to bring people aware to that all lives does matter. When I kept saying people put that up, all lives matter, and it was owned by somebody actually that was black, they were saying that it was against the Black Lives Matter movement. So it became a thing. So I was like, I don't really care. Just causing division for us, period. At the bottom, we all matter. We shouldn't have to wear a shirt that say Black Lives Matter. It's sad that that's what it seemed like it came down to, but they done marched, they done built the street and built the names and all that. We don't need none of that, but they used it. That was a good time to get votes, and that was a good time to get people on your side. But I ain't like it. I think it was causing division. I'm happy that it's gone now, because I do believe all lives matter, but I don't like the fact that they use that once people start saying Black Lives Matter. Like all lives matter should always matter. It should have been always talked about. But don't wait till people start saying Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Now everybody, all lives matter. Blue lives matter. Green lives matter. Like, come the fuck on, man. Like, it was a thing at first, but then y'all patented and y'all took it elsewhere. So I faded away from it a little bit. Yeah, you get.
I'm saying? Innocent lives matter.
Yeah, I like that.
That's really what it should have been, because the problem was the whole issue was the problem that innocent people were dying for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, they bring it to that whole your neighborhood, people dying in the streets in the neighborhood, people dying in the streets because of police, people dying in the streets because of this. It's still people dying in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, it don't matter it don't matter how you frame the picture. Let's really talk about the picture, not the frame. So
talk about the picture, not the frame. I like that.
Like
niggas all caught up in the frame like that. Let's talk about the picture that's in it.
Yeah. Let's talk about the picture. Let's not talk about the frame. Because that's how they talk about how you frame it. That's all they end up talking about. Talk about the picture. Let's not talk about the frame.
You hear that?
You get that? Yeah, you got to echo. Somebody got to echo.
Yeah, Dave, you listening to the show?
Yeah, I'm trying to share it.
Oh, you gotta mute the. I was hearing you like 3 times in this book, B. That's this one.
That was just a little conversation I had this week.
I love them conversations, man. Them the conversations we need to have.
Since Funny Man brought it up real quick, we are having a show tonight at 8:30.
8:30.
Yeah. LA Josh Preston should be joining us. Also my boy Chef Dennis should be joining us. Hey Molly, if you interested or whoever else is interested, come on in. But we talking about building a safe place for men. In building a safe place for yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just mental health and how important that is. And next week we're going to have the ladies on, and we're going to talk about building a safe place for women and relationships, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's something that we, the new building a safe place is kind of like the new thing that people are bringing up and discussing. But, what does that look like for you? What does that look like for, us as Black men? What does that look like for Black women? So for that episode, our very own Phoenix should be joining us next week for that episode. And also we should have Lady T joining us from the Battle to the Glory podcast, which is all.
I'm tapping in Weezy. We in there too.
Yeah. Weezy going to join us, and we're going to talk about a safe place. I told we was going to have. I was thinking about having Althea, but I don't think Althea builds a safe place for I love her to death, but I need somebody who's going to not talk about something she did 15 years ago. Actively building a safe place for her relationship. You know what I'm saying? So But I did send y'all a video of
Where?
what's her name? Rose, Lady Rose, commenting about men like me. And
I
I
gotta
thought
see
I was
that.
gonna send it. I'll send it for Althea. It's in Instagram. I sent it to you on the Instagram.
Oh, I did see. I said B still sending stuff on Instagram on the
Yeah,
group.
I sent it in the Instagram page
That's
because
cool.
it was talking about men like me, and I thought Althea would love it because it was she was like, man, y'all women out here, because it was talking about women who are not having sex. And the dude was like, ain't no nigga waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? So then the lady responded. She was like, man, don't let these ex toxic men, that ain't it.
This ain't the one.
Nah, that ain't it. Don't let these ex toxic men convince you that somebody ain't gonna be there for you because you ain't having sex or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely me. I just sent it like last night. It should be the last night.
This the last thing you sent last night.
Hold on, what is
No,
that? Ain't it?
Monday.
Though.
This lady.
Hold on, let me look at.
This Saturday morning.
Did I send it right to Althea? Let me look real quick. Oh, maybe I sent it on Facebook. Hold on, I thought it was on Instagram.
Yeah, I know you sent something, but I thought that probably was it because that's saying you sent something, but that was you said it's something else. You need to hear this message.
Morning Mac Show. Nah. Oh, I guess I might have sent it directly to her then. Hold on, I'm gonna find it and send it to you.
Yeah, we can hear that joint. They talking about
Somebody. I might have sent it to you, Molly.
to me directly.
Nah, I sent you something different. I know what I sent you. Who the hell did I send that to? Let's see.
Hey, Beast, I got a seat reserved for you.
A seat reserved. When? When's the show?
Saturday.
This Saturday. What am I doing this Saturday? I'm working, but it's in Silver Spring, right?
Yeah, Silver
And
Springs.
it ain't start until 9.
Yeah, 9:30. Yeah.
It ain't gonna start till 9:30.
Yeah.
All right, I'll come through for sure.
9:30.
Yeah, because I work Saturday, but I think I'm out at 8. I think. Damn, what the hell did I do with it? I could have swore. So let me go on Facebook real quick. Did you check the Facebook one or no?
Yeah, I was checking all my messages. I'm just little sis need something. Yeah, I'm checking all these joints. Facebook. Yeah, it must be a good one too.
That's in the Facebook. Yeah, it's in the Facebook one.
All right.
Yeah.
Check this thing out. Boy, Chop was in here.
Still wait for Reese, but go ahead. We play it again maybe.
Yeah, we might have played it again for her anyway. She gonna say, let me see that one. But I don't know if she gonna pop in on that. She said her ass. She gotta get her shots in her ass, depending on how she's feeling. Is this the lady speaking? Saying tonight?
Yep. That's it. Tonight's conversation.
Let's see what this about.
Hey, Jonathan, can you pop these in the mic for me real quick? You put this in the microwave for me?
I'm gonna start it over. God damn, why they do all that? Yeah, I like the Dwight angle, but it don't matter.
The only men who complain about this is the ones who lack discipline. Ooh. It's always, we have sex routinely. We do this, we do that. And that's the reason why y'all can't connect, because the only thing that y'all thinking of is what's on top of your You're only thinking with your head. The only thing you're worrying about is lust in that moment. The only thing you're worrying about is what you can get out of that woman instead of actually getting to know that woman. And that is the reason why we always have questions like this, darling. It's certain men who don't have control over themselves.
No control.
It's certain men who do not know how to discipline themselves when it comes to sex. And Trill, I don't care about you looking at me like that.
Because he looking at you crazy.
Because it's always an ex-toxic man that's always trying to tell somebody.
Put that mic down. A queen is speaking.
It's always some ex-toxic that's always trying to tell somebody
Y'all done pissed Kitty
that
off.
a man is not going to wait. There are great men who know how to control themselves and who actually do want to get to know you because they know what they want in them lives that's outside of just sex.
Is it more than
don't
5,
be
Kitty?
sitting right here listening to no toxic people tell you that it's not possible because it's absolutely possible. And no, that does not mean that they finna go have sex with Sarah and Becky and everybody else just because you won't give it. Some people actually do share the same values as you. Y'all gonna stop that toxic.
Yeah, so there you go, Reese. You can have hope that some people may share the same values as you. It ain't me, that's for sure. It ain't nobody I know, but it might be.
Yeah, she gonna love this video.
Yeah, there might be.
Oh man, you done found her one.
It might be Trey's boy. What was Trey's boy that said he didn't care about it?
Damo.
Nah.
Oh no, you talking about Mr. Mo?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Mo.
Mr. Mo. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
he
Damo. I don't know why I said Damo. Mr. Mo.
Yeah, he said he didn't care about it. That was the first person I ever met to say. So I guess according to this young lady, I like her. I follow her a lot too.
Yeah, I like they show. They be on that shit. They be talking deep.
It's broke. That show over with now, but
For real?
yeah,
See, I be seeing old clips. I never caught it live. I always see it like later. But they be having some tough topics, and the dudes on there be holding it down for us. But the women on there be having some good points too. That's why I like it. They all be having good points.
Yeah.
I knew Buddy had a good comeback for her. I wish I wonder what he said because they always got a good comeback.
I was gonna say that's always in the clip. You know what I mean? It's that comeback that have them hush. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but I think it's men out here that will wait for women, you know, but I just don't think those women that's actually want men to wait, they carry themselves a certain way. I don't think they talk too much sexual. I don't think they, you know, be on the sex talk shit. You know, it's like it's hard for me to see how women can talk about it and joke about it and all that and then don't want to do it or be around a man and don't want to do it. Now, if you're away and you know, you just like, I'm waiting on that person, I ain't gonna be doing it, it might be a little easier, but I think it's hard, you know. But for a woman, it might be easy. But for a man, if you're around a woman you really like, you're attracted to, and you just trying to hold out, you know, because I don't know what you waiting on. I guess back in the day, we was waiting until you get married or some bullshit like that. But it's like, come on, man. I can't do it, funny man. How long can you go without it? How long can you wait? How long y'all think y'all could have waited if you had to?
I mean, I was with a chick that was, you know, she was sitting there talking about the Steve Harvey 90 Day junk, and I like I told her, I said, you're gonna sit there and take advice from somebody who cheated on his wife. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't make sense or whatever. But I don't know. I think some guys, a good example that that Mr. Mo or whatever, because you mentioned him about writing. I mentioned him about he said he will wait. But if you also look at the comments, wherever, no, he was asking questions like, you know what I mean, like, how long should a guy go? How this is so. I think some guys that are insecure about their performance is willing to wait or whatever, no, because they want the person to, you know what I mean? They want the person to, you know what I mean, to fall in love with them because of their, like I said, their lack of performance or whatever like that. No, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They want somebody pretty much, you know what I mean, trapped and be like, oh damn, you know what I mean? But I don't want to leave because this is a nice, you know what I mean? This is this and everything like that. Compared to somebody who know what they can do and everything. I'm like Ronnie said, don't want to wait.
Yeah, but you ain't asked how long would you wait? How long?
Exactly. He
Would
get.
you
I'm
wait?
waiting. How long can you go, Dave?
I went like a couple months. I mean, I was with her. The one I was talking about, I was with her for. She said she went to wait 90 days. I think it was like a month or something after we ended it. But it wasn't because of the sex. It was just the communication and everything. Like it was a combination of a lot. That had nothing to do with about the sex. But I mean, if somebody is, you know, what I mean, if somebody I'm really feeling and I feel there could be a future, and she was like, I want to wait 90 days. I have no problems waiting.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, I never had to wait that long, you know, and if I had to wait, I don't think I could wait that long, you know. And I've been celibate for over a year now, but before that, I went 2 years, and then when I met a girl, you know, it was it. I wasn't waiting, you know, 90 days, but we never having sex, we never having a child, you know. So it's like I get what can come from it, you know, but it is like you like somebody and y'all feeling it and y'all vibing. What's the wait for? You know, it's like, but for me, if I'm gonna be celibate, I'm not gonna be around that shit. I'm not gonna be around a girl. I'm like definitely if I'm sexually attracted to her, you know, it's just like it don't make sense. So if I'm talking to a girl, I'm around her, eventually it's gonna get there. But if I'm trying to stay celibate, I stay focused on work. I stay focused on other things. And I just don't put myself in situations that it can happen. Now, if my girl was living down here with me and not in North Carolina, that might be, I know it'd be totally different, you know, but for me, I'm okay. But if my girl was around me, I'm not waiting no 30, 60, 90 days. None of that shit. If I was happening to meet another girl and we starting to get to know each other, we like each other. If we vibe and I'm feeling that, I'm not waiting 90 days. If she want me to wait, I just move on to somebody else. It's like you ain't about to have full control already to say when we can have sex. We still trying to get to know each other. You already trying to take control. And I think once you give her that, that's when it's over. They be like, okay, I got him. I made him wait this long. Hey, I want this. You know, now you starting to figure, I got to do everything to make sure I can get this coochie. You hungry? Oh, yeah, what you want? You eat lunch today? Like, dudes do that. You know, then when they get it, the girl be mad. Like, he ain't called me since he hit. I know why, because you made him work so hard to get it. That motherfucker like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you now. Now he got it. He like, fuck it. They really be happy.
That, I mean, for me, so I'll say this. So this was back in the day, high school. I waited 6 months for my wife before we had sex. Now, we were doing other things. So that's my next question is, does that count?
Yeah.
Or are we talking
Nah,
about
it don't count. But y'all in high school too, so that's tough. That's even harder. You a soldier, boy. You really was in love in high school.
You know, she was doing other things.
Yeah, other thing to keep. Yeah, nah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. You know,
what I'm saying? Just penetrating the you know, but she was a virgin, so you know you had to wait and put in that work and this, that, and the other. So, but now to go like let's say today I'm dating,
yeah,
and if the first thing she said to me is, "Oh, I'm not having sex," but she gives me a reason. Let's say, you know, I'm not having sex till I find the right man, or this, that, and the other, because I want to save myself for that. Cool. I understand that. I can respect that. There's no time frame on it. You know, this, that, and the other. Because if she feels like I'm the right man, then boom, we good. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the next now, but if you got the jump, she's just like, nah, I'm not having sex no matter what. Then yeah, that's the end of our relationship. Like we ain't talking. I ain't talking to you.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I'm
said
saying?
that's the part we talking about. Like you know, it ain't no way.
Yeah, exactly. Or what you call it, or you know, because to me that's toxic, because that means you're using it as a
Weapon.
tool, or you're using it as a weapon. Yeah, there you go. And for me, that, you know, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm not even in that joint, in that category. You got the wrong person for that. But if you know, and then it's all about how long can she keep my attention too, because even hello, go on it.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, see you ain't. He must have unhooked something to probably the camera. Damn, is that come all the way out the show?
Another thing is if a chick wants to pick, I guess we want to call it bad timing or whatever. No, when she wants to pick, okay, when she's known in the streets as being a hoe or whatever like that or whatever, then once you let's say you either know or you don't know and get with her or whatever like that. No, then she wants to turn to like the virgin or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now she want to
It's
be
like,
the good girl. Her whole phase
yeah,
over.
yeah. She's like, I feel that we should wait and that this is this. I'm like, you want to be a born again virgin? You know what I mean? Like I already heard about you. I already know about, you know what I mean, what you did under the bleachers and at church, and you know what I mean. I've heard all the stories and stuff like that. You know what I mean. Now you talking about waiting.
Yeah, I just be like,
because you read Steve Harvey's book.
Yeah, Steve Harvey. And some people try to use that like, well, for a guy to go through that much merge, he must know what not to do. You know, so that's why they try to say they can use him now. They find a reason for everything. But it's like, who in the world gonna listen to a divorced woman? If a divorced woman was trying to give advice to these women, they wouldn't listen. But a divorced man, that's different. You know, I don't know why. It may be because it's Steve Harvey too, Dave. You might be.
I'm back.
That would
Yeah,
that would be three. That would be 3 divorces. Like
Three, but I think for men, I think it's a little different. You know, like if you can wait, that's good. But it's just like, why that be the first thing? Like I used to like to hear when women say, "Nah, I'm trying to wait till I get married." So it ain't no 30 days, 90 days, this and this. It's like you're not looking for a good Christian man. You're not looking for a spiritual man or none of that. You're just looking for somebody you get to know, and hopefully 90 days y'all still cool and you'll fuck them. But you're not trying to really marry them. At least back in the days, like, nah, I want to get married. I want to make sure I got my soulmate. I'm connected with this person for life before I just give them to you. But now they be like 90 days. Like, all right, 90 days. He hit, then he leave when what? You didn't.
I don't like the 90-day thing either, because I feel like the 90-day thing for me, like you tell me 90 days, you will have to keep me interested for those 90 days. Like, and then on day 90, you better be dropping. Like, yo, don't.
He gonna be
It ain't
counting.
91. It ain't 92. It's on day 90, son. It better be happening, and it better be worth it too. You know
See
what I'm
that?
saying? To me, that just puts too much expectations on the 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like whenever you do stuff like that, it's all a part of weaponizing it to me. You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree. I
so
definitely.
it's not even gonna be 90 days. It's gonna be
Yeah, whenever you put
89,
conditions
80,
on it.
the 89th day at 12:59.
Yeah, and then if I get it before the 90, I lose respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you
it's
like,
too easy. Yeah.
man, you
to
said
me,
90. You gave in, huh?
yeah, you gave in, and I ain't even worked that hard. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I hate conditions on it. I hate when women try to put conditions. Like, it'd be natural, or you know, I understand the condition. You say, I'm looking for a husband. I'm not giving it to nobody but my husband. Okay, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that, but I got a decision to make. You know,
Yeah.
am I looking for a relationship? Am I looking
A
for
wife.
a person that I want to marry? Am I looking for a wife? You know what I'm saying? But then I'm gonna counteract that. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like you, you know, I'll date you and this, that, and other. And I'll be like, look, I like you and everything, but look, I'm not buying this cow without tasting this milk. You know what I'm saying? Now you got it, you got a decision.
Man, you
know
gotta
what
make a
I'm saying?
decision.
Now you got a decision. So, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, but that's a discussion. You know what I'm saying? That's a discussion you have when you're in that serious relationship. But the other thing is like this: if we're not having sex, then you have to be able to keep my interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, because other than that, if you're not keeping my interest, I'm going to the next. I'm not even, you know, because you definitely ain't keeping me because of that. So therefore, you know, and unfortunately for me, I'm very aware of myself, and for me personally, I am my love language is physical touch. So if we ain't having no physical touch, then you ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, our relationship ain't a relationship. You know, to me, you just a friend or associate or something like that if there's no physical touch between us. It has to be that because that is my love language. If you I got my love. I'm serious on that. Like like my wife, when we sleep, she has to have a body part touching when we're sleeping
Yeah,
in the
you
same
gotta
bed
feel her.
together. Yeah, exactly. Like when she gets up in the morning, she has to give me a kiss and before she leaves out the door, or a hug or something like that. If she doesn't give me that, then I feel like I've been left with no love. You know what I'm saying? Like she can
Mhm.
say I love you. She can, text me I love you, but if you didn't give me a hug or a kiss, you not talking my language. And that's the thing that people gotta understand. That people gotta understand that love languages are real. And if you know your love language and you know yourself and know this, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, if we haven't touched the entire day, the next day I'm pissed off. Like she could have
Like
texted me I
something
love
wrong.
you a million times. She could have cooked, cleaned, did everything, all the other acts of service, but we didn't physically touch. You didn't hug me. You didn't tell me, you didn't give me a kiss. You didn't tell me you love me. We didn't have any kind of touch, feel. Then you ain't talked to me all day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We could have
that
been on
makes
the
sense.
phone. We could have been on the phone talking. You could have been texting me. You could have emailed me. You could have did all kinds of stuff. But if you didn't hug me today, then we have not talked all day. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
That's
had no kind
crazy.
of conversation. And that's the type of person I am, though. That's the type of person I am. So therefore, it would not work. Our relationship would not work. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to keep my attention some other way if we're not going to be, in that way. But it's got to be physical, and how you figure that out is up to you. But if you're not physical with me, I'm telling you, I'm gonna lose interest in you quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like quickly, it's gonna be. You might as well forget that. And shit, I get pissed off if my wife don't put her foot on me or something like that in the bed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we argue. If I go
Yeah,
to sleep
like you mad about
and we
something.
sleep all night and she didn't touch me at all, I'm waking up the next morning. I'm like, you okay? Did I do something wrong? Are you mad at me? You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm waking up the next morning because that's how I communicate. You know what I'm saying? So
That's your love
that's just
language.
talking to me. Yeah, that's my love language.
I like that though. I think more couples should do that. We get caught up
Yeah.
in this technology. I grab my phone before I touch my woman. I thought of that. When you said that, like, what do I do when I'm around my girl and I wake up? Sometimes I don't touch her at all because I don't want her to wake up. I'm like, shit, let me go ahead and let her sleep. I've been, and then she might get up, but I'm already on the laptop. I'm most times already on here, but it's like it don't hurt just to roll over, give her a kiss. It don't hurt to make sure y'all at least hug and had that human touch. What about you, funny man? Do you feel like you gotta have sex before merge? You gotta at least test it out, or you one of them guys that you can wait to after merge?
Ooh, wow.
Ain't no way I'm marrying you without testing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah.
No way possible. Because
So marriage,
that's
you
just
know how
too
many
important to me.
engagements?
Yeah, that's just too important to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. Because if I marry you and it's trash, we shouldn't have never got married. You know what I'm
He
saying?
said, "Why did you zoom in on Dave?" Because Dave about to give his point. Hey, what's up, Weezy Wee? I'm happy to see one of the ladies in here. I might have to reshare that video so you can hear it. Beast had one good for the ladies. I'm shocked because Reese gonna love this video. But get your
Oh yeah,
point,
yeah,
Dave.
she's
I
going.
appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, she is going to love that video. But back to the question. I mean, do you know how many engagements webinar, fell out? like imagine sitting there holding out waiting for like 5 years and then no marriage.
That's 5 years without sex, though.
Exactly for nothing.
So you saying you gotta test before you get married? I ain't saying you might not get married, but I'm saying before you get married, you want to test it out. You want
Do you test drive the car before you buy it?
to, but it's free. It ain't got bad answer.
Hey, Weezy, you can't teach everything. You can't teach enthusiasm. You can't teach,
Yeah.
like, you gotta have some stuff that's natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just, you know, it's just like when you go to work, there's just some lazy workers. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna wait to hire you to find out if it's lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hell nah. I'm gonna play the video back for Weezy so you can see.
And what if her top game is terrible too? Like, yo, nah.
Weezy gonna say you got the teacher, huh? Weezy gonna say you better teach her.
How I'm a teacher? I don't do that. You better learn from her mother.
And her girlfriends.
About this is the ones who lack discipline. Ooh. It's always, you know, we have sex routinely. We do this, we do that. And that's the reason why y'all can't connect, because the only thing that y'all thinking of is what's on top of you. You're only thinking with your head. The only thing you're worrying about is lust in that moment. The only thing you're worrying about is what you can get out of that woman instead of actually getting to know that woman. And that is the reason why we always have questions like this, darling. It's certain men who don't have control over themselves.
No control.
It's certain men who do not know how to discipline themselves when it comes to sex. And Trill, I don't care about you looking at me like that.
Because he looking at you crazy.
Because it's always an ex-toxic man that's always trying to tell somebody. Put that mic down. The queen is speaking. It's always some ex-toxic that's always trying to tell somebody that a man is not going to wait. There are great men who know how to control themselves and who actually do want to get to know you because they know what they want in them lives and outside of just sex.
Is it more than
don't
5,
be
Kitty?
sitting right here listening to no toxic people tell you that it's not possible, because it's absolutely possible. And no, that does not mean that they finna go have sex with Sarah and Becky and everybody else just because you won't give it. Some people actually do share the same values as you. Y'all gonna stop that toxic.
Woo. Hey, she went in, Weezy. She went in.
Yeah, she went in. True.
She said, "What is trash coochie?"
Unenthusiastic coochie is trash. The joint that just lay there and make you do all the work and ain't no like, I like all that. I like, you know, I want your legs wrapped around my waist and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I want you into it, not sitting there just like a dead body or, you know, you know what I'm saying? A fish or whatever they call it. I ain't into that. Like a dead fish just laying there. I ain't into that. Nah. You know what I'm saying?
I would ask you, funny man, what's
Right,
trash
it is.
coochie? But we don't know. You'll hit anything mostly, man. You be going hard. Said she speaking truth, Rodney.
I am ex-toxic. I'll say it. I ain't afraid. I'm definitely an ex-toxic man, but I'll tell you what I will not. I can't believe there's a man out there that'll wait for, especially, you know, they already did it. You supposed to wait, now you supposed to, you know,
Like she a virgin.
you in your 50s. Like at this point, it ain't no, you can't recreate your cooch. You know what I'm saying? Like that joint is already wasted. Like now you just
Repurpose.
you
Right.
hide you hiding something that somebody already used. It's like a nigga taking a damaged used car, putting it in the garage and putting a sheet over it for the next one. You know what I'm saying? And he can look at the sheet and see the dents from the sheet, but you want him to pay full price for it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just took this broken down car, put a sheet over it, and be like, yeah, this joint is pristine. And he can see the dents from the sheet. You know what I'm saying? But yet, you want to tell him it's pristine because it's been sitting in the garage for 3 years. What about all them other niggas that didn't trash that joint? That joint is still trash. It's still trash. So that's how I look at it. I'm sorry. My bad.
Damn, wait. Hey, funny man, what's trash coochie to you?
What is trash coochie to me? I mean, I agree with Beast. You know what I mean? Somebody who somebody who just lays there and just like acts like they don't know what they're doing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Somebody who complains the whole time while you're in there or says something, oh, don't put it there, don't do this, don't do that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and leave. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, like trash coochie, them pushbacks, them joints that they give you that strong hand that keep you from going all the way in. You only halfway hitting the joint, and she's strong as shit somehow. Well, I'm a little nigga. Them motherfuckers get strong with me. Motherfuckers be put. I'm like, oh man, move your motherfucking hand. You gotta grab their arms, and then I tap out. Like, nah, them tap outs is the ones that can't take dick, and there be a lot of them with all that ass and all that shit. Like, nah, trash coochie. That's what I think. Girls who can't take wood.
I hate the ones that don't want to come. That they sit there and try when it feels too good for them. Then they want to start trying to run away and shit like that. Because now I gotta force feed it to you and all that. Now I want you to be happy. Like, yeah, go ahead and let this thing go. Yeah, what she said, a blue book value. You know what I'm saying?
No one unless they are virgins have true Kelly Blue Book value. Everyone is used. Everyone is used.
Don't tell me, oh, this your first time, or that was way back in the day. You remember that one that always told you, oh, I don't do this, and next thing you know, they doing the whole
two hands written on that, but hold on now. Guess you just a natural.
Yeah, you try to hold on to your seat. You're like, hold up. Like, we all adults here. Let's not.
I've seen this on a video. I want to try.
That's trash coochie. Any of them joints that push back Wheezy, all that push back shit. And if they don't make sure the nigga can come, like they tap out, you be like, hold on, I ain't get mine yet. I just give me like 10 minutes. They try to go to sleep. The motherfuckers, they done. They wore out. Trash. Like, that shit trash. Say that Gaga 2000.
That guap,
that's that hot tour.
But you know, it's just that
she just recently got locked up for something.
For real?
You know, yeah, you know what it was for?
She was selling that. She got hooked up with some dudes that scammed a bunch of people.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Damn, that's right.
Man, she seemed like a nice girl too, man. She turned down a lot of money too. They were trying to get her to do certain things. She like, nah, that ain't me, you know. But I'm like, she got famous because she was lit, and the dude just happened to interview and asked her, "What did you do to keep a man happy or something?" She said, "Spit on that thing," or something like viral, instant rich. Like women can do. You ask the dude, he be like, "Yeah, spit on that thing, eat that thing." And they'd have been like, "All right." Like it was just a guy who's been nasty. Like that's the first thing you thought about. Came to a woman.
Perfect.
First thing she thought about like was sucking dick. She say, you know, get to know him. You know, let him take some time to get to know me. 30 days and da. She said, no, spit on that thing. And she got a million comments, man. I'm just like, for the women who don't want to wait, how do y'all feel about that? If a man told y'all had to wait, and that's the thing. Oh yeah,
true story. My aunt was married to my uncle. My uncle passed away. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till I get married for the next nigga." The next dude was cool with it, and apparently, according to her, this is her story, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, my uncle had that boa constrictor. When she got with this dude, when she finally got married and got with that dude, in the wedding night, he pulled out a little eeny weeny.
Oh man!
And they was divorced within 2 weeks.
Yeah, damn. So she should have test drive the whip.
Yep. You sure should have.
But that goes back. It goes back to my
what
point.
You said, funny man. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nah. Make your point again. Go ahead. I don't know when you said it. I was thinking
about.
Yeah,
I was thinking Weezy was in here. What you say?
Oh, about, you know what I mean, a lot of guys that are willing to wait are self-conscious about, you know what I mean, the performance or whatever. So they feel that, oh, I could woo her, I can make her fall in love with me mentally and everything like that. And also when You know what I mean? When we do the physical junk and it's not satisfying or whatever like that. No, she's still
It still be there.
right.
Man, I ain't think of that funny, man. Shit. So that's how that's okay. So anytime here nigga tell me, nah, I wait. They're like, oh, we know why you waiting, nigga.
Yeah. I think that's why Reese in the joint waiting. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Tonight's conversation, but I like Kitty, but some things came out that she was a fraud. Oh, she was a fraud, Kitty?
Yeah, they say that she was banging some other dude behind her husband's back on the show, but all of them,
She's
came
a
out.
hoe.
That's why that's why the whole tonight's conversation broke out, because they all had something in their past that got used against them when once the money started acting up. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
past catch up with you. Them all your business started people.
But I like Kitty. I still like Kitty. That doesn't. All of us are not.
I
perfect.
like.
Nobody's perfect. I like.
I
But
like
I
what they be
listen to her.
talking
I
about
watch
the
it.
conversation. Yeah,
Her
I always
and
like that
Rose,
conversation.
You
Oh, you
they
know
say-
a lot of.
Yeah. I was going to go to the show. I watched them all the time. I was going to
Damn,
the show when they was here in DC, but I ain't end up going. I should have went. Still wish I went.
that's
I like them all,
crazy.
and especially the dude. Why am I blanking on his name? It's Tip. Tip, I think is his name. Yeah, he always spitting fire information, man. But
Yeah.
Kitty and Rose, I guess, is bipolar. They say she bipolar. She went off, and the main dude who started the whole joint, who's like the real CEO of the whole joint. Yeah, they say he was banging. He was Trip. That's his name. Yeah, they say he was banging chicks left and right from the show, from the audience members, had a wife and all kinds of stuff. So
Gang.
but I mean,
Gang.
like I
You
said,
talking about the light skinned dude that had the circle cornrows and all that mess on his head or whatever?
nah, the main person who started the show is Ace. Ace is the main one. Yeah, he's the person who started the show. He's the person that really owns all the rights to the whole thing. All the rest are just cast members. But Ace Metaphor is his name. Yeah. But yeah, he played with their money. But they say he was out there drinking. They say he was out there laying them down left and right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Man, I ain't shocked. I ain't shocked.
But the thing is, I mean, you can only. My thing is this. Once again, is take the message. You can't believe in the messenger. You got to believe in the message. Like for instance, I'm flawed. I do say a lot of smart things, but I'm flawed too. Shit, you look at my past. I got all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanna look into it, I still make mistakes now. So it ain't like I'm perfect, but the message still can be taken. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Molly said, even a homeless man can give you good advice. You know.
Yeah.
So just take the advice, and you can't. I don't want anybody to believe in me, but the message you can believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, that's what I said. Did you get the message? They be like, but the person who's giving the message, you know what they did, man. Half of the teachers that taught you in school was hoes, probably.
There's no perfect person.
Cheating husbands.
No perfect person. So everybody's flawed in somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. We all got something wrong with us. We all got trauma in our life. We all got issues. So.
Yeah, I can understand why some people want to be patient. Some people, when they get involved with sex, they feel like they don't think the same. It'd be mostly lust. Or they scared they might get digmatized. But I think it's just a connection. It's a bond that you make, and then y'all get synced in. It's no different when you watch that Avatar movie when they used to have to get the little animals and they had to sync with them. It's like once you lock in, it brings some type of different connection. I think you can actually be closer with a person once sex get involved. Things gotta be a little better. But if you want to wait, I ain't got a problem with that. But you can't be mad if the person that you want don't want to wait, or they choose not to wait. It ain't that, or that person's selfish, or that person patient. That's just not who that person is. And that's the thing. People go, what's right and what's wrong. There ain't no right or wrong. It's just what I prefer and what you prefer. So you prefer to wait 60 days? Hey, I prefer not to. If you prefer to wait till you get married, hey, that's cool. I prefer not to. And now I really prefer not to, now that I'm hearing these stories. over that women, I advise you. You know, you might want to test drive the car before you just go out here and get married, or you might be stuck with somebody for a long time with bad sex or sex you don't like. You know, so Weezy said it was bad coochie. I done gave that, but I wonder what the ladies think was bad sex from men. Is it just about size, or is it the hips, the motion? I hear all types of stuff. It always depends on the subject. 1 minute, oh, the size doesn't matter. I just need a guy who da. And then it'd be like, this nigga was small. I had to let him go. This nigga, hold on, I thought none of that. So it's like it seemed like it does matter.
Yeah, they say the man's attitude has to be adjusted according to the size. So they say if you come in that joint if you come in there with a small joint, then don't be telling me to cook clean and do all this other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be humble. If you know, with the size come with the arrogance come with the size. You sitting there with a, you know, you got a what you call it, and all now you can start demanding things. But if you you know, if you little, then you need to be quiet and, you know, go in there.
You better go pop some. They got pills and shit out here now, man. You better go invest. You know, these women out here getting bigger ass. You better go invest and get you a new Johnson.
They got pills to make your thing bigger?
Yeah, they got pills. I think they got some shit. You can get a shot or some shit now. Yeah, they got shit out here. Yeah, I'm like, god damn. I know it's gonna have some effects later in life on these people, but some of them dudes, they thinking about the now. Then you got kids out here popping pills to go hours and shit. I'm just lost. Like, when you young, you should be able to go. See, it's not necessary. Okay. Because a larger size man can be trash in the bed. Say a larger size man can be trash in the bed. Okay, a smaller man can still hit every spot and make you orgasm better because he knows what he's doing. Okay, but you can teach that larger man, right? Ain't that what you be saying? Well, you can teach him how to hit that joint, how to, you know, I hear that. That's why I'm saying, I hear that a lot. And then when girls break up or something happen, I always hear, oh, that nigga was little as shit and I couldn't do that. Da. Like, hold up, that nigga was 5 years. It was cool. Until
it's always cool until you break up. Then
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, Lord, I guess them little dick niggas cheat too, huh? God damn. It's not ace. Sex is important.
She don't want to zoop down. She wanted to be natural.
Zooped up dick, I want it natural. Hey, you right. I guess women won't really know. That's what I'm saying. They won't really know unless you probably been with that dude already. Like, oh, what the fuck happened within the past 2 months?
Women that this is my opinion, but women that complain about, you know what I mean, bad sex, whatever, no, I think it's their fault. Because like you said a couple minutes ago, you know what I mean, they want a man who knows what he's doing or whatever like that. No. If you're not telling them your spot, or if you're not, you know what I mean, if you're not, you know, if you like, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, could you do this or could you do this or that is that, and just automatically assume that, you know what I mean, he's like some kind of guru or something like that and all, then that's your fault. That, you know what I mean, that, you know what I mean, you're not getting yours or whatever. Well, you know what I mean, if somebody's like a 30-second junk and all, you know what I mean, it's kind of hard, you know what I mean, hard to get that spot, I guess, but majority of the time, you know what I mean, is
get that tongue moving.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no excuse why a woman, you know, we can't get off or whatever like that. No, like you said.
Well, the thing is, if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be studying each other and learning each other.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
part of the relationship. Like,
Right.
you gotta try new things, and sometimes a woman is not like, like I said, I got my wife when we were both young. So sometimes, sometimes she hasn't experienced everything. So therefore, she don't know what is the thing. Like now, I got it down to a science. I mean, I can predict it. I can tell it. I can know exactly what to do and where to go, and know by her movements what's about to happen, when it's about to happen, how much longer I got, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
know what to use. Like at this point, it's like sometimes I'm tired and I'm just like, all right, hold on, let me go in this drawer, pull this out for you. I got this, and but I do it. My wife don't like to use any toys. So, herself, but I use it and put it on and do it sometimes, 'cause sometimes
Yeah, I
I ain't
ain't
gonna
that
lie,
do
I'm
choice.
lazy too. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes, sometimes I'm
Man.
just like, I'm trying to get straight to it because, it does take her a while. So, but if I bring that right to it, I don't do it all the time, but when I do, I know how to do it. And it usually gets there a lot faster. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. See, I ain't never fucked with the toys before, but shit, ain't nothing that I won't look to. I just never thought about it,
Yeah, when you get older, because I come home from work, I'm tired and this, that, and the other, and I can tell, for me, I talk for me. Sometimes it's medicine for women too. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's been been a while, she start getting real bitchy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Getting
So
attitudes.
sometimes I'll be like, look, I know how to take care of this. Come on, baby. I know what you want. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta take care of it. You gotta get that. Just like me, if I go a while without it, you better believe I'm gonna stop. Yeah, you ain't getting no gas in your car. Your tires staying flat. You ain't none of that. I ain't doing. You know what I'm saying? You want something fixed? Oh no.
Yeah. Louisa
Uh,
said that's the difference though, Rodney. You know your wife, but to those who haven't taken the time to get to know their person, it's a problem.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's
But I
a
mean,
problem.
we experimented with a lot of things. There's been failures. You know what I'm saying? We, over the years, we've done a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Like I know me personally, I don't like nobody to touch my wife. There ain't gonna never be no chow bouts. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. That is just me. That don't
So
mean that we
sometimes,
haven't. It don't mean that we haven't experimented with things. It just means that I know myself. You know what I'm saying? And I know the fact that I don't want to even deal with another woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I love her enough that I'm good. I don't. It doesn't even intrigue me. You know. But
yeah.
we've had the conversations, we've had the propositions. You know what I'm saying? We've had the things. I don't want anybody to think that life don't be life in just because
Oh,
a nigga
I can
died.
imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
You
I've
know,
been in relationships and people came to me and my girl at the time, like with weird offers, just drunk, sometimes sober. It's like
right?
y'all cute couple. You mind if I
Man,
join
listen.
y'all tonight? You be like, what the fuck? Like, join us
What's
tonight.
hey yo? We was in New York, and I was on a company trip. My company's paying for the trip, and so me and this dude worked together, and his wife like just fell in love with my wife. And she would not leave her alone, son. And I was like, and my wife did not get it. She got her pissy drunk. I'm talking about my wife is drunk as shit, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, babe, let's go. She was like, no, I don't want to go. I want to go. I want to go with him. I want to go with them, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, nah, you don't. I was like, you don't understand what's going on. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, babe, she wants to. And she was like, no, she doesn't. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, she does. And so we out there, and I was like, yo, are you trying to f my wife? And she said, yep. And I was like, exactly. You don't see what's going on here. And then my wife was like, oh, nah. You know what I'm saying? I
No,
was
nah,
like,
nah, nah.
yo, like you didn't catch up on this a long time ago? Because I already knew my
She
wife
probably
didn't want to
thinking
do
she
that.
loving her too. She probably like,
Yeah.
yeah, she fucking with
I already knew my wife didn't want to do that, but you know, they're inviting us to an after party and all this other kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
And
y'all
my
lit.
wife's like, yeah, let's go to the after party. I was like, nah, baby, we're going back to the room. And she was like, why you holding me back? I want to go hang out. This, that, and the other. I was like, no,
She holding him back.
You about to go get stretched out.
She keeping me from being great.
Yeah. That's exactly how she was too. I'm talking about, we're sitting in the middle of Broadway. We on Broadway in New York, sitting in the middle of Broadway. My wife is sitting on the ground talking about she don't want to go back to the room because she want to go with them. And then I was like, you do realize that's what she's trying to do, right? And then my wife was like, no, she's not. And then she came over. I was like, aren't you trying? She was like, yep. I was like, then my wife was like, oh, okay, let's go back to the room. Like, it's crazy, but
Run, power blocking.
She was about to turn your wife all the way out. Yeah, Rodney was blocking.
100%.
Rodney's about to knock her ass out, bitch. I don't play by my wife.
I wasn't gonna do that, but I just knew my wife didn't understand what was going on. You know?
Blindside.
Yeah, she didn't understand what was going on. Plus, she was drunk as shit and this, that, and other. It just wasn't computing to her. She just thought they was having a good time. And I was like, and yes, we was having a good time, but I knew she was feeding my wife drinks for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I already knew. I could tell by the way she was, because you could just tell she was.
Was it just your wife she was feeding drinks to, or?
No, it was just my wife. Yeah, 100%, just my wife. Yeah, but I could tell from the beginning. Come on, man. I mean, we men, and she was acting like a dude, trying to get a woman. You know what I'm saying? They was talking. You could just tell by the gentle touches and all that kind of stuff.
Stepdaddy Lee.
It was just too touchy.
That's when he met stepdaddy.
No, but she was feminine. She was actually Russian. She was actually Russian. So
shit.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, but you can tell she wanted.
Why you put a Russian?
She wanted to fuck my wife, and I was like, yo. And it was cool. I didn't stop any of it until the after party situation, and my wife was like,
hold on now.
I was like, nah, because I knew her husband was wanted to be in that too. It wanted to be, the whole swap and all that kind of stuff. I'm good.
Yeah, that shit bang.
I don't want no Russian. I don't like white girls, so he wasn't even my cup of tea. But
Yeah, so she was aggressive. Yeah, Weezy. She very innocent, which is so cool.
She's like, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. All that kind of stuff. You can just. I knew what was up.
So if she was your cup of tea, you would have considered it.
Yeah. Not the husband. Nah.
Oh, she had a husband.
Yeah. The husband.
Hell nah.
Yeah, the husband wanted it too. Yeah, he was there for.
Hell nah. I watched this TV.
You know how
like
it is.
that.
The husband was chow bout in a situation.
Chow. He set her on her.
He was like
minus the Tim.
all of
right, Penny
he
Loafers
didn't
or
care,
something.
he just happy if it's 2, it's 1, 6, he don't give a shit. What husband ain't gonna be like that? But I ain't letting my coworker bang out my wife, even if he lets me bang out his. That ain't happening. I don't care.
You want to swap out?
No, I'm good. Nah, I don't like it. I already told you I'm not that dude. I don't even like when my wife laughs at other niggas' jokes if they're not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like that. You think I'm gonna let?
Yeah, you like you
niggas,
giggling for sure. That shit wasn't funny.
Yeah, I don't like
Funny man got her dying laughing over there.
Yeah,
Stop laughing at that.
Yeah, funny man got her laughing. I'm moving her out the way. Nah, come on, baby. Yeah. Especially because I know funny man ain't that funny. You know what I'm saying?
Weezy said that her was going to watch most likely. Aggressive women like that usually have men that get off just from watching. Look, Weezy, no. She's speaking from experience. I don't know where it's coming from, Weezy.
What you say?
Yeah. Either way,
he said he was gonna watch. He was gonna watch Rodney crush.
But either way, that ain't my style anyway. But I don't like. I ain't into that.
Younger me was into all that shid. I'd have swapped all that shit at that time. Like, I don't know. Younger me was freaked out though, and most of the girls I was with was freaked out too. So it wasn't like I was in it by myself. But as time went on, it just be a headache because one girl want to do it with you, then the other girl get mad because she wasn't there this one time, and da da da. It's like, what? Where did this even started? Oh yeah, y'all was drunk after the event, just in there chilling. It ain't like be playing. But some of these people, they go out searching for this shit. That's be the weird shit. Anytime that happened to me, it was just like vibes. Like we were just chilling, it just somehow popped off. And I ain't expect, and I was nervous as a motherfucker the first time. I'm like, oh, I might not perform well enough, and da. But once you get into the action, it's cool. But then when you wake up, you like, did I just do that shit? And they remind you, like, yeah, you did it. Now we together. Like, nah, that ain't how it works. Sometimes they think like that's it do. Like now you go with both of them somehow. You know, like I never committed anything with y'all. You know, now you got to keep it a secret. I don't want people to know. Then you start to find out this ain't the first time they did this shit. That's for me, my experience. It's like, oh shit, my man. Oh yeah, they be doing that shit. My man, he broke the internet. I'm like, what the hell? So it was like just growing up, being around my brother, and the ball players. It's just weird. They live a whole different lifestyle. And people, some people don't care. I done ran into marriage. Just like people married and left their husband to get with a ball player for the night. Like they don't care. That's why it be crazy when I be hearing like you need to wait 30 days for it. And some of these women I be hearing talk shit, I know some of their histories. Some of them join even like Portia, like being on Atlanta Housewives. I know a lot of these girls, Zodit, I don't know what they call her on the TV show, but it's like a lot of these girls be hoes. You know, a lot of these men terrible, you know, but they come on these shows and be like, real men do this and you done it. I be like, yeah, they have no idea. Like how you was saying about Steve Harvey, like Rodney said, ain't none of us perfect. You know, we all got a past. You know, we all got our little nicks and that's, but at the end of the day, we human. You know, and I don't mind people being freaked out. You know, you do what you want, but you got a partner. I think that's always better. You know, child, I might can't do what y'all doing, but at least you doing it with somebody, you know, that you love and you can be with. But I can't wait. That's what this whole show been about, waiting. Women, I still ain't see if y'all can wait. We'll wait till the ladies get on here to see how long they can go without. Because so far, I think me, Funny Man, and B said, nah, we couldn't do it. And we need to test drive the whip before we get married.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Reese ain't gonna make it in the day, y'all.
Oh, good, man.
I'm gonna check up on her.
I'm walking.
What Weezy say? Damn, she gave an AQ joint. Shoot, I was walking on Park Road going home, and this couple was walking the other way. The girl pointed me out. Damn, she points you out and sent her man to holler at me to have a threesome. I kindly declined and went home. God damn, they just out here just asking Weezy. Or do you got that look? Cause that like do certain people just got that look? Like yeah, she might fuck both of us. Like dude, he might fuck both of them. Like I don't know. Or they just be trying people. Like look, we asked at least 20 people. Somebody gonna say yeah.
Yeah, I think people that live in that life. I mean, the only way you're gonna live it is to go out there and be, you know, upfront with it. You can't be living that life and be what's the word, beta, I guess. You gotta be out.
Beta.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be just sitting there, praying that something happens. Somebody gotta be hunting. You know what I'm saying?
If you in these groups like the Fet Lives, the singlemingle.com, swinger lifestyles.com, and if you in them groups, you would be surprised who else is in them groups or whatever. You know what I mean? Like B said, you know what I mean? You get on the junk, like, oh, is that my coworker? Hold up, is that my pastor? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like any party, you never know who in that month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as long as they grown, man. You grown, you do what you want. Y'all go to these sex parties. I done been to a sex party before. I done been all types of shit events. Unwilling, even knowing sometimes. Like, we better go to this party. All right, you go there. What the fuck going on here? oh yeah, you know this sex party shit. Yeah. I'm like, oh nah, I just don't trust shit like that. I can't hit no random person in some spat I don't know. But some people they all for it. You know, like they live for that shit. Like they be having the next event, promoting that event. Like, yeah, you know, in 2 days we're gonna be at this location, and you got to be part of that group to even know the location and all this secret codes to get in.
And
I'm like, this is sick.
my wife like people to watch. She
What?
like that. I'm good with that too. I just don't want you to participate. Like
Yeah.
she into that. Like when we go out of town and stuff like that, she love out on the balcony,
Oh, okay.
in the
Yeah,
pool.
far
Like
enough.
people can sit there and watch and stuff like that. We've had experiences at a party where, people watched or the party started off and, people
Yeah,
watch.
I'm
Just,
motherfucker so
I'm just
hard.
not I'm not a participant. You ain't participant. You ain't touching my wife. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. I don't care if you're male
Look,
or female. None of
Weezy
that.
said that too.
Do
She
not
go
touch me.
watch, but don't touch. She
Yeah,
said, I go watch
yeah,
and don't touch. Yeah, it was hard not
yeah.
to watch. I was like, this really happening?
I mean, we had a joint. It was a party I had when we was young in college where I had a party where we had it was my birthday, matter of fact, and we had a bunch of people. I had a hotel suite. I had a jacuzzi. I had the, like, you know how you had a bedroom, then it's closed off, and you got the living room.
Yeah.
And then there was a bathroom, and then there was a jacuzzi joint, and then by the end of the party, we go into the bathroom, and there's people in the jacuzzi, and they getting it. And so next thing you know, we was like, all right, well, we getting it too. But, they did their thing, we did our thing, and at some point in time, we was all watching each other, but it was no mixing and mingling. You know what I'm saying? Type situation, and that I can tolerate. That's cool. We've had security called on us in the hotel a few times.
Yeah.
No AQ stories, but it's all good. Like I said, my wife, she like it when people watch. That's cool. But
Funny
no
man, you
particip-
like them
but for
watching?
me, no participating. Yeah, I ain't yeah. And I don't like nobody to touch me either, so I ain't into that either. I don't like no random people touching me either. So
Yeah, that I can't do that, man. I experienced that when I was real young. You know, when you young, you and your buddies might got some girls. Y'all might be in the same little cramped room doing y'all thing. Man, I had one of my buddies one day. He got his girl over there. Got my little girl beside. We in this tight little room. He touched my shoulder. Like, yeah, bro, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I literally got instantly saw. It was mad as shit. She like, what happened? Well, I was like, dog, why would you touch me? Like, don't touch me. It just threw my whole spirit off for some reason. I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I wait till y'all finish, dog. Like, don't ever touch me again, dog. That shit threw me off, man. Somebody's like, how, bro? Like, damn, you don't bother me. Like, I don't know. I just don't want nobody touching me. Definitely no dude. Don't be touching me.
You don't want no high fives and nothing.
None of that shit. None of that.
We would have been fighting, dog.
Yeah, some always end up having sex separately, not together. We said she been in that situation like a few times, Rodney, and she just talking about last week. Said the plan was to hang out, but someone always end up having sex separately, not together.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. There was one time my wife's birthday. I sent her to go to the comedy show with her best friend, and they both came back hammered. And I was like, well, let me just sit up and see what might happen here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, stupid, man.
Yeah,
That's how it tend to happen, though.
I can admit that was the one time that I was like, I would have been game for everything. But
Yes, you.
But nothing happened. Trust me, nothing at all.
Oh man. Oh man.
It was just, it just felt like the premise of one of the movies, you know what I'm saying? Because they came in giddy, all hugging on each other and all kinds of stuff. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, hold on, let me pour up some more drinks. Let me catch up with y'all. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Let me get
Chat.
chat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but none of that happened.
Yeah, that's a lifestyle, boy. You gotta be in shape, funny man. For that.
I didn't even get none that night. She was passed out by the end of it.
Yeah, that's the worst. Girl, come home. Be ready when I get home. Oh yeah, I'm ready. I ain't playing. I'm putting on all that. So when I get home, out like, come on, man, what you doing?
No.
Like, get your ass. You done got me up all excited. Get your ass up. Nah, fuck, let her sleep. Weezy and Spurn some shit, man. Can't wait till the ladies get on here next time. Friday, we gonna bring it up. You know, another mom, we were talking about Wellness Wednesday. My girl Reese gonna probably talk about her shots today. You know, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. I don't know what else. Help probably the cucumber guy again. Probably some videos of that. I'm gonna see what she want to talk about. I hope she alright though. She normally at least pop in and at least the comment say, "I'm alright, y'all. I can see right now, so I gotta do it from the back room." I ain't hear from her ass all day. Weezy, you heard from Riri? Normally she'd hit me up. I check on her after the show. Hey, funny man, we can start with you. You got anything coming up before we get out of here? And leave with some good energy before we go. A little recap of what we talked about. If you can. I ain't want too much pressure on you.
I got the show at Silver Springs, Maryland. A restaurant called Silver Stream.
You got an echo on that, Molly.
All right.
Yeah, it's a restaurant called Silver Springs, Silver Springs, Maryland. Yeah, there's the flyer right there. You know me with Bad Boy Flex and a couple other comedians and everything. It starts at 9:00. I already got 10 reserved seats or whatever. Mainly the Morning Mac show. You know what I mean? Beast. And like I said, I hope everybody else said they was gonna be there. I hope you show up. You know what I mean, and watch the show. Also on July 4th in Cumberland, Maryland, Mezzos, doing a show. The doors will open up, I think, at 8:00.
And Rodney, you got a show on tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight, 8:30. Check us out on Dad Mentality. I'll also be on the battle, from the battle to the glory, which is a faith-based podcast. And then we're going to be talking about creating a safe space for men tonight. And like I said, next week we'll have Louisa and Lady T join us as we talk about creating a safe space for women. I'm hoping my wife would join too, but I think she has her yoga class on that Monday. So, but you know, it'll be and then creating a safe place in a relationship. So, and that's actually going to be our season finale because we're going to be going on break for the summer, spending time with our kids and stuff like that. But I'll still be showing older shows. So make sure you check us out tonight at 8:30. Be in the comments and you know, let's have a good time.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Morning Mac Show. Our girl Riri will be back tomorrow. Y'all know we come on same time as always, 10:30 a.m. to and we feel like getting off this motherfucker. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, it's what time again tonight, Rodney?
8:30 tonight.
8:30. I'll be in there. I gotta type in. Dad,
is it 8:30 white people time or 8:30 black people time?
8:30 white people time. It's gonna start at 8:30.
8:00. It's still funny, man. 8:00, man.
Yeah, 8:00 for you, funny man.
All right, y'all. We out.
All right.